Alrighty. What is up, gang? We are here with a special episode tonight. Hope everybody's having a good night. I see chat is absolutely rolling already. Man, incredible. It is 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. We are on a Tuesday for the Kurt Benkert Show powered by EA Sports. It was a crazy week 2 of the NFL, guys. I see you guys rolling in chat, man. I can't thank you guys enough for being here. We've got a special guest tonight. Josh Johnson is in the queue right now, getting dialed in, getting his audio settings all set up, getting it all good to go. And we've got a lot of ball to talk about tonight. We got the Packers. Go Pack Go, man. We got a massive win. Packers, 2-0 now, looking like a dominant force in the NFC. You guys are rolling, man. Let's get it. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday. Oh my gosh, how many of you are here? We've got drops today. We've got more drops today. We've got a live interview with Commanders backup quarterback, one of the Commanders backup quarterbacks, Josh Johnson, who has been a journeyman in the NFL. Well, cannot wait to talk to him and hear his story soon. Again, we are just getting dialed in with his audio. You know how it goes. Every single time that we have anything rolling, there's always a potential audio issue. Josh is currently with the Washington Commanders. He has spent 18 years in the league, been on 14 different teams. And I'm gonna be very honest with you. He's got more ball in different decades than almost any quarterback in the league right now besides Aaron Rodgers. I'm seeing dump truck in chat. Good God. I know exactly what you guys are talking about. And it's not me. I know exactly what you guys are talking about. You filthy animals. All right, the EA show. The Kurt Benkert Show powered by EA Sports. Again, thank you guys for being here. Let me just check in with producer Roddy real quick and just see where we're at. 1 second, please hold. Let me give a little ETA at Roddy. All right. Again, though, tonight, outside, let's get a little overview going real quick. We've got Josh, and as soon as he gets dialed in with the settings on the audio, we'll pop him in. We're going to have a whole segment talking ball, doing all the stuff. It will be great. And then after that, we're going to roll into some things in the rundown, okay? We will be talking about Baker Mayfield being an absolute baller. We'll talk about the Packers handling the Commanders. Defense shines. Don't want to really talk too much about it right now because Josh is almost ready to go. All right, we're ready to go. Let's get it. Should we bring him in, guys? Let me go into Discord. Let me unmute myself. Boop, boop, boop. And let me pop over for the interview. Josh, can you hear me?
What up, bro?
Oh my gosh, the audio works. We're live. You're looking great. You know how it goes, man. Whenever you need a lot of tech to work, no matter how much time you give yourself, it's not going to work. It just isn't going to go that way. We probably got some driver issues and stuff, but how are you, dude?
I'm blessed, brother. How we living?
Man, life is so good. It's so good to see you. Thank you for joining the show, by the way. Was talking to some of the guys at EA about your journey, about what you do now outside of just the field, like what you're interested in and all of that. So I'm really excited to dive into this. Just so you know, we've got chat absolutely rolling right now. I don't even know how many of you are in there. If somebody could get me a check as a comment of total on Twitch, total on YouTube, all that. We've got a bunch of people in here. It's rolling, but man, I know we don't have like all the time in the world. You got practice tomorrow. Right? You gotta get back going. We have a bunch of questions. I just want to start with I want to start a little bit off script here. Roddy, don't kill me here. 6,500 people watching us on Twitch. Good God, let's get it.
Chat, what's up with it, chat? What's happening?
Let's go. Josh, tell us before we get into football, what are you into off the field? That's where I want to start. Where can people follow you? Where can they, do all that good stuff and all that good stuff?
Well, I mean, off the field, my dad, my husband. I got a nonprofit Fan First Family Foundation that I run with my 2 cousins.
That's awesome.
Based out of Oakland. I play a lot of Madden. My Twitch is Squadboy11. I do a lot of CFM though. I'm big into franchises.
That's awesome.
And then outside of that, I just be chilling, bro. Like football take a lot of my time, and I've kind of found a rhythm where everything kind of connects. I game a lot. My kids like the game, so that's cool.
That's awesome.
All the community work ties into sports somehow, and then I just work out with the youngsters when I'm at home in the off season. And in season, you know how it is as a quarterback in season. Yeah. It's pretty much football.
You're dialed in. So, how many How many kids do you have? What's the family dynamic look like?
Got 3 kids.
That's awesome.
Oldest is 17. She's a highly recruited basketball player. She
That's
got a
awesome.
big trip to USC this week, so we
USC is
excited
in
about
Southern Cal, USC?
it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
she got a lot of offers from here. Jai Johnson is her name. She doing her thing.
Chat, check
Uh,
it
my
out. That's
my
gonna be
youngest
awesome.
son, middle son is Josh Jr. He play hoop football. He in football right now, doing a little bit of middle school hoop. And my youngest son is Kasim. Josh is 13. Kasim is 8. And just enjoying their process of life too. Seeing how they grow with it, and seeing how they take advantage of the opportunities that get presented to them. At the same time, still doing my thing, which is pretty unique. Most parents that I go to the AAU games, they're not current athletes no more.
No doubt.
Yeah, so
Dude,
they be
kudos to
thinking I'm my
you.
kid's brothers.
That's hilarious. Well, and I don't want to mess it up. You're 38, correct?
39.
39, guys.
Young 39 though. Young
Young
39.
39. Well,
39.
first off, you look great for 39. No, I'm not trying to
God,
glaze, none of that. You look great for 39. There's a
appreciate
reason why
it.
you're still doing it, man. And I don't know. How much time do you have tonight? I didn't even ask you that because we didn't get to talk pre-show. 30
Let's just
minutes.
spin.
So yeah, let's just
Let's
spin. I
just
love
spin.
this.
Okay.
I have so many different questions. One, you're 39. You got into the league in 2008. Okay. In 2008. I'm from South Florida. So I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, moved to South Florida. 2008, where was I? I was in 8th grade in Baltimore
Mhm.
and was winning a state championship in rec league football. That's what I was trying to do. And we did it. Played in like a wing tee offense. I threw the ball like 4 or 5 times a game. I don't know if you guys want to really go deep into the lore of basketball. Does anyone know the name of Akil Carr? Does anybody remember him? The Crime Stopper. Was like 5'5" basketball player, played like, I think he maybe played at Seton Hall for a year. But if you guys are YouTube people, Akil Carr was my running back receiver, and he was a dog. He's kind of like hoop mixtapes in a way, but he was incredible. So
you was over west or over east in Baltimore?
my family lived in like Joppa, like I played in Perry Hall. At the time, honestly, I don't know like geographically where I was because I was so young, and then we moved to South Florida. But I lived like Harford County most of my life when I was there. I'm seeing people say east, but yeah, I was in Joppa. Like, my mom was from Dundalk. For those of you that know Maryland, know Dundalk, my mom's straight from Dundalk, and then my dad is from Carroll County. So that's kind of where they're from. But yeah, where's the facility at in Washington? Like, is it north, south?
So now we in Ashburn.
Okay,
Well,
so
the past 2 years I was on the Ravens, so I got to do a lot of
yeah.
work and out there, and got a lot of love for the city. Just the whole DMV area,
Yeah.
though. It's
It's
like
a
my
special
second home.
place.
It's a special place out
Yeah.
here, bro.
That's
All
so
right.
awesome. I see so
Which
many
part of
people in
South Florida
chat.
you was in?
Okay, so South Florida, the other side of my story, Fort Myers is where I played like primarily my Pop Warner days, and then Cape Coral, which is right across the bridge from Fort Myers, is where I'm from. So like Deion Sanders and like some of those older guys played at the Fort Myers Firecats Pop Warner team, and that's where I played. And then they went off and did their own things. But yeah, Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. 2007 was like my glory years in Pop Warner. We went to nationals. Like, I was the skinny, tall, white kid that was a late bloomer, and we're just slinging it around. But yeah, it's so crazy. 18 years in the league. Is it 18 or 19 at this point?
This would be 18.
Man,
18
that's incredible. So
18.
we'll get into a bunch. So you got drafted in 2008, 5th round out of San Diego. College coach was Jim Harbaugh.
Yes, sir.
Like,
I was his first quarterback.
First quarterback.
I always tell people.
That's incredible. And now, do you still keep in touch with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's gonna be family forever. We like that forever.
That's awesome. And now you got a great coach who I cannot wait to ask more about this, but Dan Quinn. So Dan Quinn I didn't get drafted. I was undrafted, but I signed with the Falcons and I was there for 3 years. And Dan Quinn, no shit, probably the reason I lasted 5 years in the league, because
he's the man, bro.
He's the best. And people don't know, like, tell us your perspective on Dan Quinn. You spent a little bit of time with him. Just give like, who is he in a nutshell to people?
So like, this is my first time being with him, which is first time. And he like energetic, like every day, consistent. To me, very detailed. about every little thing that matters when it comes to, how we practice, how we interact with each other, the brotherhood that we trying to build as a unit, which I think is so important through a long season, and just how we go about our meetings, how we go about the whole process, and it's always connected. Like sometimes some people focus on one part or the other. You play for some defensive coaches, they really try to talk to the defense.
Yeah.
But he always talks about all three phases, which playing for 18 years now, I really understand the importance of complementary football. And so DQ always is on that, and he's always like practicing it. He's always talking about it, he's always preaching it, and it kind of naturally rubs off on the team. And he's been awesome, man. Like I've been enjoying the hell out of playing for DQ.
Yeah, he's one of the most special people that I think I've met in, like, I played 5, obviously. You played a lot longer than me, but I was able to go from DQ to Raheem Morris took over at the end of the Falcons tenure. He was on the staff, and now he left, and then he came back. Raheem, also one of my favorites. So I got to be on the staff with Dan Quinn and Raheem, and it was just like they set the bar so high. Then I went to Green Bay, and I got to see how Matt LaFleur did it, and he did it entirely different, but very detail-oriented, like obsessive over offense, and just wanted defense to get the job done. And then I went to San Francisco. You know how that goes. Then I went to San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, and then like he's a whole different cat who you've spent a lot of time with him. And it's just, I think one thing that like the chat, I want them to understand that, like, just because one football team is one way, like there are a million different ways people operate as coaches. Like it is not one size fits all. So maybe you can speak to that a little bit on your travels and your journeys.
No, for sure. I mean, like, well, we didn't play for a lot of similar coaches, so I understand exactly what you mean by like it's no one way to do this thing, and it's all about really getting all 11 on the same page. Like it's really not like I like to say, like, it's not about like right or wrong. Like what the game has really showed me, it's about everybody being on the same page. Like some teams do outside zone one way, another team do it this way. But it's about, the little intricate details. And if once everybody buy into the system, you see it like come to life. And from being in so many different systems, that's like always been something that I had to like really take ownership of it, especially coming in so many different unique situations.
Yeah.
Like
you've been in a lot.
I gotta see it through his lens. Yep. So, you ask those questions and like how Kyle did it, how Raheem did it, because Raheem taught me defenses. Like always tell people that. Like Raheem he taught me how to watch film from a defensive perspective.
Yep.
And it changed my outlook on a lot of stuff. Because I used to waste a lot of time when I was younger, and he kind of helped me, just kind of narrow that down. And then playing for John Gruden, playing for Jim Harbaugh, playing for Kyle, I played for Mike LaFleur, which I got a lot of respect for Mike too. Yeah. He at the Rams OC right now. Playing for Ben McAdoo, playing the Green Bay West Coast system, the one Aaron Rodgers ran with the Beeline route. And then playing for Jay Gruden and his kind of hybrid system of John Gruden, and then a little bit more where he kind of let you do your thing at the line of scrimmage. But I didn't really see like so many different ways of playing football. But, now it's just like a melting pot in my mind. And like I just
you could be the most elite coach of all time. When I'm assuming, I don't want to make assumptions. Do you want to get into coaching when you're done? Or like, what do you think? What do you want to do?
That's a strong possibility. That's a strong possibility, and the seeds have kind of been planted already.
Yeah.
To where I know I can do that if I really want to. I've already I've already kind of dabbled with it a little bit. And you've been at the lifestyle of a guy that just kind of hanging on.
Yeah.
And so the couple years when I was on the Niners, when I was the third quarterback or on practice squad, I was coaching my high school because 1 year I wasn't traveling, so I would.
That's amazing.
I'll run the offensive practice on Tuesdays on our day off, and then I'll coach on Friday.
That's so incredible.
Right down the street from being for Oakland. So I really got my first taste of coaching. And like the funny part about it, I had to have a running offense. Like I couldn't.
That's amazing. I think like the biggest thing that I've learned, and I would love to hear your perspective on this. When I was playing, so when I came out of college, I was in an air raid system. I didn't know football like I thought I did. I didn't know coverages like I thought I did. I didn't understand how to play the game like I should have. It was big plays, make the play, like force it in, like try to, if it's not there, I'm gonna scramble, I'm gonna make something happen. Like I refused to throw checkdowns. I was like, I'm gonna put this tape out there. And like, we kind of had to live and die by that in college, the way our scheme was set up. We had a lot of full slide protections without gaps that I could scramble through. So there was no like stepping up in the pocket. It was a brick wall that you had to run around. And then I got in the league, and I had a coach by the name of Greg Knapp who had passed away. He passed away my third year in the league when he went to the Jets. But he taught me, like, if you want to make it in this league, you throw that check down every time they give it to you. And I would love to hear, within that like context, you played in the 2000s decade, you played in the 10s decade, and now in the 20s decade. How has the game changed in 18 years from your lens, like given everything that I just said? I would love to hear your story on that.
So like, I went through that same process too. Julius Peppers made me start doing check downs because
Respect.
I used to be my own check down in college.
Yep.
And I thought, A gap opened up. I'm like, oh, I'm finna run through this thing like it's nothing. I'm about to hit 20 yards. And I just felt this big, massive force retracing because they had like a cage rush on me. And I didn't really understand what a cage rush was yet. And he rushed upfield hard to kind of make me run, and he retraced and knocked me out. He didn't knock me out the game, but he hit me pretty hard. And I was like, okay, that's a little different. I got to adjust. But in regards to the game changing, man, like when I first came in the league, especially I was playing for John Gruden, and like I'll never forget it. Day one, I walk into the QB room of QB school because this was phase one back then. It was quarterback school.
Yeah.
And we doing what we called it back then, mother formations, and it was like revealing formations that kind of give you information about a formation that you're in. And he giving us 5 checks like, oh, cover 3, you want to get to this. Cover 2, you want to get to this. Cover 1, we're going to get to this. Cover 0, get to this. If they fires on you, I want to get to this. And I'm like, what the hell is you talking about, bro?
Like, teach me from ground zero.
Yeah, and like Brian Greasy in there just ramping it up.
Brian Greasy. I was with Greasy in San Francisco for that year.
I was hella smart, like hella smart.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, like, how do you know all this? And so he started telling me like all the tricks of the trade, how you can use a counter motion here, or you use a cross motion, or how teams play slot. And I'm just started, and I'm like, oh wow. And so I went through that process of I'm like, I want to learn the game like you, bro. Like I want to be able to get up there and be able to know when I want to 3-man slide it this way, or 4-man slide it, or 5-man slide it, like, or when I need to use a 2-man slide. And at that point in time, protections wasn't as simple then. It wasn't just slide protection, everything gap sound. It was man protections. And so you had to kind of you had to really ID the mic, and you had to and then we had like a 2x2 protection. We had a 3x1 protection. We had a protection if we was 2 backs. And so it was a lot. And then it was still just reading out the plays, and back then it was Tampa 2 was kind of still the thing. Monty Kiffin was the man. And then from there you just kind of see the game started growing. After that, after the Tampa 2 beaters kind of took over, then you started seeing the Rex Ryan and Greg Williams overloads really take over the league with odd packages and nobody, because man protection, it was tough to pick this stuff up.
The odd stuff in man is tough. Like, because there's so many places it can come from, but like it's also unsound if you can gash it.
Exactly, but you had to have the built-in hots now, and you got to train receivers to do the vertical peek off the line of scrimmage, and every system was a little different. And then from there, you saw the first time Vic Fangio came into the league with the match defenses, the trap 2 coverages, the bend but don't break, play everything from a 2 shell. I'll let you run the ball, but you're not going to throw for 300, 400 yards. This to me, when the rules started changing, the illegal contact started, becoming more prevalent. Not being able to throw the ball over the middle. I mean, being able to throw over the middle was a lot more.
Without getting people killed.
Getting people killed.
Like, that's what I was trying to get out of this. Like, the game has changed so much in 20 years.
Yeah, I can keep going. That's what I'm saying. Like, you took me down the road that I can just because I've seen it.
I love it.
And so like now it's real, like to where we at now, you kind of see everything kind of coming. Like I'm seeing things that's starting to reemerge out of defenses that's been put on the back burner for 10 years.
That's so
and now
cool.
It's starting to come back out. And I have many different reasons why I think this, because, a lot of younger players playing, the season is longer, the time spent in the off season is a little different. So you got to kind of get everybody caught up to speed in a more unique way. But you're trying to see it all coming together. But from the quarterback position, obviously, as you can see, like just the more athletic guys is just taking over the league,
Yeah.
man.
It's so tough
Like
to
that's
defend. Like
yeah, yeah,
when the DNs are as good as they are, the linebackers are as
right.
athletic. Like there's only, I think, and this is like no shade at all. Like Jared Goff is a great example of probably the last of a dying breed of a pocket passer where when things are good, they're really good, but when they're not, it can't operate the offense. Like if it's too much pressure or too many unblocked guys or whatever, but when it's good, it's really good. Like when it's on schedule, things are open. And I just think it makes offensive coordinators have to be that much more dialed in unless you have an athletic guy that can get you out of stuff. And you look at
No,
like Jalen Hurts, you look at Justin Herbert, these guys that have that extra juice, it is an extra weapon that is really tough to stop.
yeah, I mean, so like I feel like when you are a true pocket passer, like you just got to be able to really know how to win with your mind.
Have to.
And Tom kind of set that precedence of really just winning it down.
Yep.
And what that looks like consistently, which is hard though, especially like this is my first time being in the air raid playing for Kip Kingsbury. And
Yeah.
and so but from being around the West Coast world, like, you understand how you gotta I've been introduced to the check down world and matriculating down the field versus always just chasing explosive plays. So I've been blessed to kind of see the hybrids of both systems. And
Yeah.
I feel like you just got to kind of understand yourself a lot more in this game today and know how to really get it done with the opponent. And you also got to know how to use your running game. Like you got to
Have
know how to
to.
use like these D linemen want to get sacks.
Yeah. They like, and I think that's too, like, man, I could talk to you for hours about your perspective on this stuff, but when you get into a new offense and like the game so well, but maybe you're trying to learn how did they do it where you are with the terminology. Like that was one of the things that I felt like that was the hardest part of playing for me. Like once I got over a threshold of, oh, this is how you play the game. These are the toolkit pieces that you need to slide the line and fix problems or get into this zone run or whatever. But with limited reps, and you have new guys, how do you explain everybody, like especially in preseason, how do you explain to the new guys what they need to be doing when they might not even know the terminology? And you're like in real time, well, that's a Wanda here, but like back there, like, you know what I mean? Where does it all blends together? How do you navigate that, especially being a quarterback 3 right now? I believe you're quarterback 3 or quarterback 2? Quarterback 3 for now. When the guys that you're with are just fresh out of college most of the time, like, it is such a balance when you know the game, but you can't play it to the level that you have to play it to the level that they know it in practice or in preseason.
So when I was younger, it was kind of frustrating because like, as a backup and you want to go out there and do well, and you might get this one opportunity and you might not even be that prepared for it. But
Yep.
this is your opportunity.
Yeah.
This is your
That's it.
opportunity. When I was younger, it was frustrating because it was like nobody takes this into consideration.
Yep.
And I had to, you had to humble yourself and be like, no, nobody don't care. This is your
Nobody
role.
cares.
So you start getting creative. And when it came to myself, that's where Madden came into play. Like that's how I learned my teammates when I was switching teams. Like, all right, I don't have time to kind of look at the roster. I just got here yesterday. So all right, let me hop on the sticks real quick and let me see who the fast guys is, who can do what. Let me see who the game got it. Give me a gist of the roster real quick.
That's
All right.
incredible.
That was always my starting point, to get to know the roster. And then when I got in there, like shout out Norm Chow. Norm Chow changed my life with the simplest quote. He was like, Josh, you can only go as can only go as fast as your slowest guy. And when he first told me that, he drove me crazy because I'm like, Norm, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no, they got to get up to speed. He like, no, you can only go as fast as your slowest guy. And when I understood that, it made me focus more on the details and execution, which to me is all boils down to communication, like getting to know your guys, understanding how they see the lens of football. Because if you're in the NFL, you've been effective in some form of fashion.
Yep.
So like, all right, how did you run a slant in the place that you played well at versus press? Did you do it this way or do you do it that way? And they give you the explanation. We're like, all right, well, here we got to do it this way. And it's like, okay, if you need to spend some little time extra, make a little cut up and be like, all right, this is why we want to run this route on this guy because he's doing X, Y, and Z. And when you could bring the visual life together, it takes a little extra time. You can get on the same page. We're doing something so simple that the average fan, because everybody think they're a GM now,
Yeah, Twitter GMs are out there, man. They're thick.
Yeah.
They're in full force.
Yeah, they just think this stuff is routine, and it's not routine because, like we stated earlier, the intricacies of the game is so different. Like everybody has similar routes, but how they coach them up, how they adjust them is where that's where as a quarterback you need to understand that because how can you anticipate something that you don't truly know what he gonna do in those gray area moments?
The gray
And that's to
area,
me,
that's what like personal experience. My first preseason in the NFL was terrible. Like I showed that I could throw it. I showed that I could like throw on the run and make plays. I threw too many interceptions. I threw too many balls in places that like maybe you shouldn't have. But like in my mind, like you said, the change in your mindset. My mind was that's the spot the ball needs to be. This is the timing it needs to be there. I'm throwing it. Where
right,
like I didn't understand maybe this guy's slightly slower. And I was in the mindset of, well, they'll get somebody that goes in that. No, they won't. Like you've got to make the plays with the guys you have. Like that's just so like naive to think that. And then going into my second preseason, I was like, all right, where's my best one-on-one? Like, I'm not going to show them that I'm going to read 1, 2, 3. Like, where's my one-on-one? If I got it, I'm taking it. And okay, this guy's a little bit slower. I know they told me 3 and a hitch. I'm just going to take a real slow 3 and a hitch or maybe 2 hitches because I know that it's got to time up. Like, there is so much nuance to, like, that's why preseason football can look so bad sometimes because you don't know how it's coached. You don't know what the quarterback's being told to do, and you don't know how the receiver's being coached to run it. Because in 3 different teams, they could teach an inside leverage slant or inside leverage with a DV slant. They could teach it 3 different ways. Some want you to go out and wipe. Some want you to get more depth, and some want you to just wing quicker and flat. Like it's crazy, but I think you have what 14 teams, I believe now in the bag. There's a lot of different perspective that you'll be able to bring to whenever you decide to stop playing, which you look like you still got more in the tank to bring to that coaching room that you'll be in. But I love that you've been in so many teams. You used Madden to learn your teammates, which is incredible because at the end of the day, nobody's going to be perfect. No Madden rating is going to be perfect, none of it. But it's going to give you a pretty decent idea of who's who when you go into practice. And when you get into practice, you're going to be scout team quarterback, just like every QB2, QB3, and you're going to need to know who's who on defense. Like I would love to hear a little bit more about Madden, how you bring it on the road when you're going somewhere new. Like, what does all that look like?
So I keep that thing on my hip. I got my little face.
Yeah.
And one thing my wife knows, she gonna say, "Oh, you gonna bring your other girlfriend with you, huh?" she gonna always,
no doubt.
She gonna always hit me with that. And so like, you still got me, Kurt? 'Cause somebody called
you're
me.
still good. You're still good.
Cool. Yeah. So like when I'm everywhere I go, I make sure I bring it with me.
Yeah.
Like also just kind of being in the franchises too. You know, if you've been in franchises,
You got to get your games in.
48-hour advance, you gotta get your game in, man.
Yeah.
And just going through that process of like building the team, practicing, to me it's the same thing, but it's more so of a mental training. And so like what I try to do, I try to simulate as much things as possible that I know I need to get caught up to speed on. So if it's like this week I'm on some teams I've been on, I just like, all right, they do protections really different. All right, so I might play an exhibition game with not an intent to win, but just to focus on
protections. Because it's hard. Like if you're not, sometimes you play against kids that are too good and you got to go off the reservation of real football. But
for sure,
when you play against guys that like aren't, cheesing some things through and whatever, you can change your protections, find your mic point, cover 2. Okay, I want to work this concept. Like I love that. And that's kind of how like all of my stuff started with Madden and teaching football and like the YouTube channel was, okay, I'm tired of playing like first person shooters and like just playing just to play in tournaments. I want to go pop on Madden and see if I can take a call sheet and run these plays, find them in the playbook and read them out and spit it out in real life. Like, let me go through my game plan. So I took Kyle Shanahan's old call sheets and I would run through the game plan. I'd run through the openers and then I get the second and long and get there, 3rd and 4 to 6. I'd go there. And so that was like my first like real run of Madden and real football combined. And I'm like, wait a minute, this shit actually works like within reason. And that's kind of what opened up like all these doors and stuff. But yeah, chat, thank you guys so much. You guys are rolling right now. I do have a few more questions.
Salute to you though, bro, because like I had came across what you were doing by your ebook.
Thank you.
And I'm like, oh snaps, he on to something. Like, cause I was like, I don't know why more quarterbacks on this, cause I really was doing this way back in college. Like, that's kind of what helped me with Coach Harbaugh playbook long in college because I had never been in no West Coast system, and I'm like, what is going on?
It's a different ball game. It's not like college football, whatever it is, versus West Coast system. It's like, all right, let me go relearn this game that I've been playing since I was a kid because it's different.
Facts.
Like
Facts. So just started building the playbook in from there, and it just helped me train my mind, like to do fast, to make quick decisions, but at the same time still getting these real reps. Like now I done got to the point where it's like, all right, I know it's Madden. I know I can, go off the rail, and you do that. Like the competitor kicks in, I'm gonna go off the rail. But when I'm working on like something for real football, I'll be like, all right, you got to throw this route on time. Even though I know you could throw a second window because it's Madden. No, throw it on time. If it's not there, get to your second read, get to your third read, or make a play with your feet or something like that. Because you're not getting those physical reps.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what they tell you to do when you like walking through on your own and this, that, and the third.
But your mind,
but your mind ain't getting that fast reaction that it needs. Because of like credit to the game, you still getting pass rush, and you got to make a quick decision as well as navigate the pass rush, which is the hardest thing to simulate in real life versus what you can do. And I feel like Madden is the closest thing to that to date for me. Like Madden gave me a real life split second decision.
Yep.
At the same time, going through my reads and still got to be a football player and go make a play. And now go do that for 10 plays, 12 plays. And
you have to be willing to be bored. Plays. Like you, as a quarterback, you have to be willing to be boring. And
you do, and that's hard when you don't get them reps because you want to get in there and so out.
I'm telling you, like there were some days in practice where I'm like, I know I'm looking at the script. There's Aaron Rodgers going to get all, especially in training camp. Training camp, I'm like, all right, Aaron Rodgers is going to get 6, Jordan's going to get 4, I'm going to get 1. I see what plays on my 1, and I'm like, I'm not throwing to the running back here. Like, there's no way in hell I'm throwing this to the running back. Like, I'm going to try to make a play. But you got to be willing to be boring because they will cut you if you make a mistake. Or they really what I'm realizing more than anything, or what I realized more, is offensive coordinators in the NFL, especially specific ones that don't. What's the best way to say this? I don't want to be disrespectful at all. Offensive coordinators in the NFL want to be able to play through the quarterback more than anything. And some of them know that some dudes can do things that they can't prep for. But if you're not one of those some dudes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, whatever, they don't give a shit what else you can do or what else you're capable of. They want to know that if they were in your body, you're going to do what they would do. And I was like, you know what? Like, it all makes sense now. That's why they don't care if I thread a cover 2 whole shot when like there's a check down over the ball. They don't even want me trying that in a game. And the younger me could not fathom why. And then now I'm like breaking down film and stuff, and like I'm watching guys. I'm like, oh man, like I know they just want you to take that 7 yards so they can call the next play. And that's for young guys that are watching this. I think there's probably a bunch of that play quarterback or even receiver. Like, there's a lot to be learned from this episode. I'm so thankful you came on to show some stuff. I do have some more questions. I know we've slightly over time, but
we straight.
Let's talk.
We straight.
Okay, awesome. I love it. Let's talk about so you've already talked about how you use Madden to train or study or prep for the week. When you're playing in your connected franchise and you're not doing that, what's your playbook look like? Like what's your type of offense that you're trying to win games with?
So like, it's really based on my team. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm really a team guy. Like what talents do I got? And I always kind of see like, all right, what team I pick? Like, cause the guys in my franchise, they be kind of challenging me. Oh, get a team that you got to build up. So this year I got to start with the Titans.
Yeah.
And so I got Cam already, and so I got to build this dog for sure. He was slanking that thing. And like, so right now, cause he's still on his rookie year, and I'm still figuring out the new adjustments, like with the practice modes, and it's a lot of little tweaks that I haven't really been able to, master yet because we just got out of training camp.
I was gonna say you just have been playing a month and a half of football.
So like I ain't mastered it yet, I ain't lost a couple games early because of it.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm feeling like the way my team is set up right now, I got to lean on Pollard a little bit more because my receivers are still developing, Cam is still developing. But idealistically, we gonna throw it around. Like I'm always top passing in my CFMs. always. But when I find that running back, I'm balanced though.
Yeah.
Because my passes is probably realistically I don't want to throw it 50 times. I want to throw it about 30, and I want to be able to run it 20. And I want my running back to come away with about a good 125, and I want my quarterback to be 25 or 30 for 300 plus.
You're
And I just
dialed in.
that's more explosions off the play actions, and because I'm trying to regulate, I'm gonna regulate that defense, with all these guys and
Yeah, what
doing
do you
these
run on
different.
defense? I know it's scheme or player specific, but like I've got a scheme that I've been working on that I actually like. I'd love to hear yours.
Honestly, I match your personnel. I'm more traditional. Like I try to read your combinations. I try to
Yeah.
play through your mind as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you a guy that I see can read the field, that's when I got to high route a little bit. Probably blitz you to see how you handle the pressure. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Play a little bit more man if I got the corners to do it. But I just want to see how big your clip is, because I feel like with our franchise we play 7 minutes, and so you really get
Oh,
the
they're
feel for
good
guys.
games. You know exactly what their playbook looks like.
Yeah, you kind of get the feel by the second quarter. You can see how deep their bag is, and that kind of
That's
lets me know
awesome.
how far I need to go. And then, but every game I catch myself always doing something off script
Yeah.
because I want to try something.
You're trying to add to your bag and your clip.
Yeah, I'm trying something. I'm like, okay, like, ooh, let me try this on this curve. Let me tweak this, or let me if it's offense, let me run this route combination. Like sometimes when I'm high routing, I can't even tell you some of the combinations I
You're
done
just seeing
built.
space.
I just started finding space.
Yeah, just trying to find the space. That's why
Man.
I live in empty for most of my gameplay that I can audible quickly to not be an empty. So like I'll go out and empty, but I need a running back and a tight end on the field and empty. And then if I see they're in some like double mug or blitz, then I'm like, all right, bring it down, tighten it up, bunch, keep the tight end in. But
Yeah.
I'm just looking for space. Like middle, high, low is my favorite play. And then I get sometimes when I run the Steelers playbook, there's like a Steelers cross that spreads the field pretty nice. That if they run a certain zone, then I can change the four verts with the shake underneath. But yeah, I'm like, I want to spread it out. I want to see how they adjust. And then I'm like tightening things up and bringing it into like bunch and whatnot. But yeah, it's cool to hear that you've got a way that you like to play. You have your playbook style and stuff. And then on defense, like I'm a really big fan of this new, it's a new dime package. It's out of the Baltimore Ravens defense, actually. I haven't talked about it on YouTube yet or like put it out there. I'm still dialing in to make sure like that I'm able to use it against the run like confidently to say this is a good playbook, but it's nasty. You've probably seen it. It's like I think there's a D tackle right in the middle, then there's linebackers in, and then there's ends out wide, but it's like 8 people up the line of scrimmage, like double mug, but more.
Oh,
but then
yeah.
they get out of it quick.
I got Seattle in one of my. I got Seattle, and they got the same little package
Because of McDonald.
Yeah, Mike got the same package. So when I bust that out when I was playing a guy, he was playing with Arizona. He wanted to live in the 5 wide world, so I had to put some pressure on him through that
Yeah.
package.
I
haven't found my sweet playbook yet though. So
Yeah.
last year it was offense. It was Buffalo. I really love what the Bills playbook was doing last year.
Yep.
It was Buffalo, and then I was using Baltimore a lot. And then on defense, I used Mike McDonald's on defense. This year, I'm kind of just playing with the teams I got, trying to get a feel for the packages. I love the fact that they added the line games in on the defensive line, because now I can really, for these guys who like to just scramble around.
Dude, the stunts change everything. Like that's I would say the biggest like unrealistic part for the past few years is the stunts play a massive game in real football, obviously, and it changes. Can you man this side? Can you zone this side? Like it's the real like that was the last piece that was missing of the chess match in Madden, in my opinion. That okay, now all right, I can play 2-man, but like I'm gonna stunt, and you're gonna have to make sure that you're in the right spot. But yeah, we for chat we do have drops on. We got drops all the time, but the playbook that I put out, the first iteration of this playbook is very slim. It's got an empty, it's got a doubles, and it's got a trips plus. V2 of the playbook is getting an update. I believe someone will have to fact check me, but I believe it's early October, and we are putting in a massive update on, let me actually go check my email. We have the exact plays in here because I think it's gonna be very good. And I don't know if I'm allowed to leak it, but I'm gonna leak it. Let's see.
Well, maybe you can help me with something, because I'm still figuring this. So when they said that they added that you can stem the route.
Yes.
What is that? Because I know about you can high route a route and make it go to the
Yes.
sticks.
Okay.
What is this stem route? Because I need to see.
Stemming, I believe, is left bumper. And that is, you can make a corner be a 1 yard corner all the way up to a 50-yard corner, whatever. So you can change the stem, which is the depth of every single route that's stemmable. So if you love a stop, and that's what I'm saying, you're about to go cook. I know it. If you want a stop route at 8 yards because the sticks are at 4, you can do that. If you want it at 15, if you want to come back to be 14 instead of 22, you can do all of that all the way up and down. So that's custom stems on any route within reason. I don't think zigs can, like some of those other ones can't, but like post, corner, stops, all of those can be custom stems.
I'll make that work. That work.
Yeah.
We can grab some of these underneath the fenders.
It's changed everything for how I play. Everything.
Yeah, these dudes want to play hard flats all day. I got something for that.
Exactly. So you're about to cook. Also, chat, I see you guys asking questions. So this is what I will say for now. And Farrells and everybody at EA, please don't hate me for this. But I know you guys are excited to be here. So you guys have seen the gun bunch tight end and the gun bunch X nasty being used like crazy in the MCS. So my initial version of my playbook was just a few things that I could teach, like basic football, kind of like the early part of my book. I go through like, what does a training camp install look like? That's what I tried to do in the playbook. Keep it really simple. I had something that spread things out. Some of those doubles, that was trips, very much learning based. Like if you're playing against a demon in Madden, my playbook's not going to win you a game. I promise. But now we have 36 plays, I believe, out of gun bunch tight end, and we have 33 plays out of gun bunch X nasty, both formations that are being used heavily right now in MCS. So this will be the second iteration of my playbook update that's going in the game. And then I believe we're going to have a third. Don't hold me to it, but I believe we'll have a chance for a third by the year end. But this one will be early October. So for everyone, all those questions, thank you guys for sticking around, but that is what we got.
So Kurt, I got a question for you.
Let's do it. I'm all
Is your routes customized, or are you just taking the actual play and combining how it's been in the past? Because I haven't did the custom playbook this year.
So I have not done a true custom playbook. I drew plays. I have a playbook that goes with this, like a blank playbook like we would have on different teams. And I drew the plays that I wanted the developers to put in the game that did not exist. And so I drew them by hand.
Okay. Let me get in on some of that, man.
Yeah.
Let me get
so how about so guys, Josh, for real, I'm assuming you have a playbook that you can draw in or whatever.
Yeah,
of some sort somewhere. If you don't, we'll send you one. Send me some of your favorite drawn up plays in like what it would have to be. And what is today's date? The 16th? I know you got practice and everything, but if you want to try to get some of your plays in my playbook, draw them in like give me a formation, a specific formation, and then give me a few plays out of that. And then we can take them, add the formation into my playbook, and then make the plays come to life. Down to like motion, we have a motion RPO that's a QB draw off of 2 screens that one of them is a motion. Like I told them to do that. And so they went in the lab, sandbox. So that is like stuff that we're going to be able to do. And the sooner you get them to me, I can either get them in this update or the next one. And we're just trying to combine a bunch of like my base stuff, some favorites from MCS, going to have some interviews where guys are able to send us their favorite plays and get it right. So yeah, if you got anything that you're like, that needs to be in Madden, we can get it in for sure. So.
All right, bet.
Yep.
That's the bet.
So it's been so cool to work with them on some of this stuff. It's been honestly years in the making. But it's been very cool. I'm seeing chat. Dump truck ain't me. Well, Kurt is wilding. I'm not wilding, chat. Let's go. Tomorrow does have a patch, I believe. We got some stuff coming in. I'm not up to date on those. We're just here to talk ball tonight. All right. I don't want to hold you much longer, but let's skip some of these questions. You kind of answered a bunch of them. We'll skip some RPOs. I know RPOs are kind of new to the game. All right. Thank you, Roddy. All right, so there's some young quarterbacks right now that are taking over the league, coming into their own, showing some, I would say, some stuff. What are some of the guys that you like watching play and why? So, like, we got guys like Bo Nix, CJ Stroud, obviously Jaden Daniels, who I'm a big believer in Jaden Daniels. Like some guys that, and you don't have to go into crazy depth on each, but I'd love to hear a few and what you see that's special about them or what thoughts they bring up.
I'm gonna start with Jay. Jay, Jay is a elite thrower. That's a pocket passer that can move very well. Processes the game really well at a high level, and he's growing like rapidly, which to me, I started kind of really watching him more his last year at LSU, and I just saw a different quarterback, and he still just keep taking them leaps and bounds, and I think like he's in position to do some unique things for a long period of time because most guys come in and they can't handle everything, and they've thrown a lot at him, and he's handled it well. When it comes to CJ, CJ, man, he throws a great ball. Like I think, like he rips it when he needs to, but he throws a great like in between like seam ball, like a drift throw. Like he throws those really well with great anticipation. He has really great feet. And getting to know, spending some time with him this offseason, like you can see why he plays at a high level, just how much of a leader he is, and how he tries to take on the ownership of being a franchise quarterback. Don't know too much about Bo Nix, and really didn't follow him as much in college. But when I was just happened to look at the draft last year, and I put his tape on because some people told me to check him out, I was really impressed. Like fiery competitor, spins it well, really athletic. And he was one of the greatest play calling minds right now in Sean Payton. So I think the sky's the limit for him as well. What other young guys? My guy I played with, Brock, out in San Fran. Love Brock, man. Brock is he's sneaky athletic. He's a competitor. He's smart as hell, and he got some nuts, bro. Like I got some nuts, bro. Like he makes plays out there. Like it ain't just all the system. Like the system works, but he also makes the plays.
He elevates the system.
Yes, you gotta give Brock his credit because Brock really be out there doing his thing.
It's funny when I was with Brock. So my like stint in San Francisco was Trey Lance broke his ankle. I got brought in. Jimmy was the starter, but was like weird contract, weird stuff. Like, and then Brock was the guy who they had as their fourth guy in preseason that they kept because they had, they had another quarterback that was playing in front of them.
That was the year I came.
That was the year you came. So how I got there, I had, I dealt with plantar fasciitis like the whole time I was there. I got cut and they brought in, I was there for like 12 weeks. They brought in the quarterback from, I think it was with Carolina, maybe. Gosh, who was right before you?
Oh, it was Jacob Eason.
Jacob Eason. They had him in for like 2 or 3 weeks. So who's the GM now with the Commanders? Adam. Okay, so Adam was there. He brought me in. He pulls me in. He's like, look, man, love what you're doing, whatever. We had a pretty good draft grade on Jacob Eason, and he just got cut. Like they graded him 3 years ago and wanted to bring him in, check him out, whatever. He came in maybe 2-3 weeks, and they didn't like it. And that's when they called you, which was also about the time that Jimmy got hurt, correct? It was all in the same, like...
That's around the same time. I came when Jimmy got hurt.
So you came when Jimmy got hurt. And did they cut Eason when you got there during, like, what was that process?
He was there a couple of weeks, and then they had made a roster move after a couple of weeks, and then it was me and Brock.
Yep.
And then Jimmy was supposed to come back.
And they kept him, but that he couldn't.
Yeah, so I didn't even know what was all going on.
Dude, it was crazy.
Yeah,
like that whole like quarterback saga there that year. I'll just say what I got away from the point a little bit. I got to watch Brock be the scout team quarterback that was the last pick of the draft, just grinding his ass off before anybody knew him. And it was like he was obsessive in a good way. But he's also like, he put so much pressure on himself to like have a good practice against the defense when he knows he's getting his shit scripted to not have a good practice. Like he took that personal. And so it was just cool to see he did his thing to like get his game where he wanted it to be, but also was ready in case Jimmy got hurt. And I mean, it was really cool to see like all the prep that he did, then like flip on when the lights went on and he had to play. And he was ready for the moment. And I believe he played, Kansas City that year. We played against Kansas City midway through the year. We had just gotten Christian McCaffrey. We were getting our ass beat, and They pulled the starters, put Brock in at the end of the game, and I think he like threw an interception down the middle of the field or something like. But it just like that was the last time I seen him look shook. And then after that, it's like he got it out of the way, and he just has been who he has been the whole time. But to your point, he is a competitor. He's really athletic for like his size. Has what I would say is a good enough arm, but he has that anticipation that like gets his lack of arm strength over the hump. But what he can do out of the pocket, like he elevates Kyle's scheme to a whole new level, and it's been cool to see. But yeah, it's so funny how I have never met you, but we have brushed shoulders like in different weird ways, and you're still at it. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I could talk ball with you forever. We'll have you back at some point. I know you've got a busy schedule, but wanted to thank chat for being here and hyping you up. But thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. It was all this was fun, man. It's always good to talk ball with another quarterback, man.
Awesome,
always.
Man. I'll hit you up on social media down the stretch, but have a good week at practice. Good luck in the game this week. Hopefully you guys get a dub, and we'll be seeing you.
All right, bet. Y'all have a good one.
Awesome. See you, bro.
All right.
All righty. Let me get us out of Discord chat. Get us into here. Man, guys, what did you think? I could talk to Josh for hours, clearly. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I just got a bug in my ear that we were supposed to have Josh for 30 minutes. And Josh gave us damn near an hour, guys. Damn near an hour. I love his demeanor. I love his perspective. And you can just tell he's been around the block. He's seen a bunch of different ways to do it. He's been on good teams. He's been on bad teams. Man, we've got to get more guests on the show. I feel like it elevates everything we're doing. Thank you guys also for being here, chat. We're rolling. We typically have a morning show. You guys are insane right now, and you're starting to make me think we need to make this a night show. And I don't know if it's just because we got the little raid from EA and whatnot, but I absolutely love this, dude. Love this so much. Guys, put a 1 in chat if we should make this a night show. Put a 2 in chat if it should be the morning show as is, and we're gonna get this thing rolling to the rundown. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Roddy, we might have to clear the schedule at 9 on Tuesdays. Damn it, boys. We are back. Live from the Dime Lab HQ. Shout out to EA for making all this stuff come to life, man. EA, I'm so thankful that my working relationship with EA has changed over the years. It started back in the day when I was just getting paid to be in the game. Obviously, every NFL player gets paid to be in the game. Then I started playing the game, started teaching, and then we were like, all right, let's just try this. Let's try this. Let's try that. Shout out to EA for just wanting to continually get better, wanting to give people a platform to teach and to entertain and to learn. Benkert Nightcap, we are here, baby. We are here. We've got some really cool things this year coming up. Can't speak to all of them yet. I will say the boy might be back in a booth at some point this year. Can't confirm nor deny. Going to be really excited about that. We have new product launches on the Dime Lab coming soon. We have restocks on footballs coming in on Friday. I think we have a couple thousand more footballs for now coming back into stock. We'll be shipping those out all across the world, which is going to be crazy. We just got back from Tennessee, went to the University of Tennessee and College Game Day, all in one big bag of a fun trip with EA. I got to host the Campus Showdown with Spotify and EA between Tucker Wetmore and Bordeaux. Those of you that are college football fans, College Football 26 fans, Bordeaux's YouTube channel is popping. And I got to see him get absolutely shellacked by Tucker Wetmore, which was par for the Bordeaux course, but I think he's going to get his get back eventually. We go to, I'm going to announce it. We're going to the University of Florida in a couple weeks. Can't wait to see that. We will be there early. I'm not going to fully announce it yet because they haven't, but we will be at the University of Florida in a couple weeks. And we have a lot of really cool stuff on the way. I'll be seeing you guys at TwitchCon, assuming 3.4K on X. We've got views, baby. Views are popping. Life is good. Chat is rolling. I'll be at TwitchCon San Diego. 90% confirmed, doing a panel there with some athletes and whatnot, also with EA. And what else do we have, guys? Holy heck. Might see you guys at the Army Navy game this year. Would be sick. I don't know. We've got a bunch of really cool stuff on the way. All right. Now, let's get into the rundown, though, because we've got to talk about a lot of football here. A lot of football. Actually, no, I got to pause. I see dump truck every single day that I get into here. Are you talking about me or are you talking about TJ from EA? I think it's TJ who you guys talk about.
Madden giveaway.
What's up?
I think it's a Madden giveaway. They sent us a text about it.
Okay. That's why they're saying it. Because I have also seen a lot of funny comments on live streams.
Yeah,
You guys are hilarious. Also,
it says it's a
guys,
large-
Roddy, can you say hello?
Hi, chat. What up?
Chat, this is Roddy. This is Roddy. It's a giveaway. Look, man, it's social media. Here we are. Dumpy. You guys are hilarious. I'm telling you guys, the hundreds of messages that I see across all platforms, I wouldn't put anything past any of you guys. But guys, this is producer Roddy. Can we get a shout out in chat to producer Roddy, who works so hard to get us to this point in time, to get the show ready, get it dialed in, make sure we have all of our talking points, all of our graphics. Can we get a shout out to Chase and to Hot Rod, who edits after the fact? Chase does the thumbnails, the graphics. Let's get it. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Now let's talk some ball. All right. Baker Mayfield, absolute baller, ice in his veins. The Bucs, sneaky, gritty team. A team that I don't think teams want to see in the playoffs every year because they can kind of steal one over you. What I will say, too, is the Texans are 0-2. Baker Mayfield's 2-0. And the way that game played out, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was on a team, the Atlanta Falcons, who found a way in one season to lose, I believe, 4 games, maybe 5 games that we had a 92% or higher chance of winning at a point in a game, that we found a way to lose. One of those ways was when a friend of mine, Todd Gurley, accidentally fell into the end zone and scored too quick and left Matthew Stafford with too much time. We haven't seen it in the media yet, but I believe that is what happened in the Bucs-Texans game. The Texans score a touchdown, okay? They score a touchdown to go up by, what was it? It was to go up by 5. Right? They scored a touchdown to go up. I don't know, whatever it is. They scored a touchdown late, but they were right at the 2-minute mark. Okay. And it was by 4 or 5. It was up at the 2-minute mark. And if they had just gotten one more first down and fell down, they could have milked the clock all the way down to probably, given the timeout situation and play call situation, at least 30, 45 seconds left in the game. Like at least. Okay. It was 19-14 is what they took the score at. So they were now over a touchdown threshold. But prior to that, the game was 13-14. A field goal would have won the game. Chubb scores a touchdown. It seems as if the Bucs gave him a free lane into the end zone, but they did it in a way that didn't look so obvious to alarm Chubb that, oh, they're trying to let me score. Maybe I shouldn't score. It was brilliant by the Bucs defense. They gave themselves enough time to get the ball back, to go down the field, score a touchdown, and win the game, where the Texans could easily be 1-1 and have won the game 16-14 as time expired. Shout out to coaching, though, because the Bucs coaching, which, again, if you guys are in situational football, which we talk about all the time, especially in Madden, and we watch the Madden Championship Series, Madden players don't mess that up. They don't. Not often. And I think part of this, we talked to... God, we've had so many conversations with Madden pros recently, but we talked a couple weeks ago about situational football and the amount of games that Madden pros get in a game in a day. Anywhere from 4 to 10 games they're playing in a game. That is mental reps, mental situational football that they're getting reps in. They weren't scoring a touchdown there. They were not going to score a touchdown. They were going to get just what they needed to get down, milk the clock, kick a field goal. And I just think, man, coaches don't play enough Madden, and that is why the Bucs beat the Texans as time expired, because there shouldn't even have been time to have expired on. That's all I'll say there. But let's get to the second part of this rundown. Now, we waited until Josh left the show to talk about the Packers handling the Commanders. And I'm going to say it, guys, the Packers, as of right now, look like, in my opinion, the 3rd best team in the league. And I'm not going to have them there right now. I'm still going to put the Eagles above them. But I think between the Ravens, the Bills, and the Packers, those teams look the best and most complete. The Packers, though, handled the Commanders across the board. Jaden Daniels now dealing with a knee sprain. Tucker Kraft being an absolute league winner, by the way, in fantasy football, probably going to be one of the top tight ends in this year, which we talked about. If you guys follow me on social media, on Instagram, on all the good stuff, we talked about Tucker Kraft and his availability, his production, and where he was being drafted at in fantasy football. Love it. Love when I'm right. who doesn't. And right now, Tucker Kraft looks like he's going to be a league winner. Jordan Love looks back to normal. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Jordan Love now, minus the knee injury from last year, doesn't look much different than last year. It's the fact that his receivers are making good catches that they should and contested catches that are 50-50. Jordan Love's receivers have been balling out the past 2 weeks of the season already. We're into it early. But I also think everyone feels this lack of pressure on them because they know they have a defense that's worth a damn right now. The Packers defense is really good. They're getting pressure. It's not just Micah Parsons. Everybody across the board is playing better, but that is what happens when you get a guy like Micah Parsons. He elevates everybody on the defense. The Packers are the real deal. They're the youngest team in the NFL, and it looks like they're going to be playing at this level for a really long time. They've just got to find ways to stack, build on it, and take over the NFC North because it is theirs to lose right now. Absolutely theirs to lose. Let's get to the next one, though. Let's talk about the ugliest Super Bowl rematch of all time. Maybe. The Eagles' offense looked terrible, but they were efficient enough. They took care of the football enough. Jalen Hurts got it done enough, and Saquon Barkley got it done enough. But their offense looks abysmal, and I'm not going to lie to you. The Eagles right now, if they had to play against the Packers, I think the Packers would take them. The Eagles' offense looks vanilla. It looks like they're relying on players only instead of quality scheme, which, again, if you guys know, Kellen Moore was their offensive coordinator last year. Got guys open in space, got the ball to Saquon in space. Like, guys just felt like they had more room to operate, and they just don't have that creativity right now that they had last year. Tush push, taking over the internet per usual, and this week was a little bit worse than others. Some false starts, like glaring false starts, non-calls, the alignments getting closer and closer to the neutral zone every week, and none of that is to say that the Chiefs didn't lose the game on their own too. Like the dropped touchdown that ended up being an interception from Travis Kelce hurt them. Mahomes having to get the ball out slightly quicker, slightly more anticipation, probably got it on Kelce slightly early, which caused the tip because the line is so good. The D-line for the Eagles was good. The O-line for the Chiefs was bad, and I have super red flags for the Chiefs. They don't even look like a playoff team right now. I'm going to be honest with you. They would be, as of right now, if they keep playing this way, shocked if they'll make a wild card. The Eagles also, I don't think they've done enough. I don't think they will be doing enough on offense to be a dominant force in the league this year unless they can flip the script because I don't know, man. I think the Giants kind of aren't just going to roll over for the Eagles. The Commanders aren't going to roll over for the Eagles, and the Cowboys almost beat the Eagles. The Cowboys could have beat the Eagles if CeeDee Lamb just caught the ball that hit his hands in week 1. The Eagles are not as good right now as they were when they were finishing off last year, but to be 2-0 coming off a Super Bowl and kind of coasting through the beginning part of the season, if they turn it on, they're going to be a problem. So Eagles still rolling. Chiefs, dynasty might be over. We've got to talk about another team that's kind of surprising me right now, the Colts, because Daniel Jones is having a fresh start just like Sam Darnold did last year. Sam Darnold, misfit, dismissed, all of it done, none of it, can't play. Then he goes to the Vikings, resurgence. And now he's playing for the Seahawks. He's 1-1. He's playing solid. Daniel Jones might have just saved his career with the Colts. And I'm not going to lie, he might have just cemented where he's going to be playing football for a while with the Colts if they can keep it going. And I'm also going to say, handled a Broncos defense, which was a top 5 defense in the league last year. Started off slow, whatever. But when you look at the Colts division, Texans don't look good. They look like they play hard, but they don't look good. The Jaguars find a way to shoot themselves in the foot against a Bengals team that doesn't even have Joe Burrow and lose that game. And then you have the Titans who are young and rebuilding. Like, Colts could just run away with it this year. Like, they actually could run away with it this year. And I'm not going to lie. I wrote them off. Absolutely wrote them off. I was wrong. Will say that I was extremely wrong about the Colts. And I think it just goes to show you that if you can establish the run and hit the routine plays and not beat yourself, there's a way to win more football games than you lose in the NFL. And I think that's what the Colts are doing right now. And yes, did they get a little help from the leverage call on the missed field goal kick that would have lost in the game? Yeah, they did. But they also played well enough to get them to that spot. So shout out to the Colts. Shout out to Indiana Jones, the savior for what is a franchise that could have been set back 5 to 10 years because of missing on a top 10 pick at quarterback. The Colts find themselves in a situation very similar to none other than the San Francisco 49ers, who they thought they had Trey Lance, then they didn't. And they got Brock Purdy. So maybe Indiana Jones will save them. But let's talk about the Bengals now, too. We're just rolling right now with the rundown. Appreciate you guys being here. We've got a lot of football to talk about. But the Bengals are 2-0, and they're in trouble because Joe Burrow has turf toe, and it's of the worst kind. It is a grade 3 turf toe, which I can't medically diagnose him because I'm not a doctor, but my grade 3 turf toe in 2019 was, imagine this is my foot. I would put my foot up here on camera right now, but no free picks. So you're not getting that. But imagine this is the pad of my foot. The bone that runs down into here and right here connects a ligament that goes here on the bottom of your foot. And when I had a grade 3, the ligament that connects the bone to bone completely tore off and rolled up like an Achilles in a sense. Okay. Grade 1, grade 2 is like a sprain. Grade 3 is a complete tear according to science. Okay. That's tough. And I know that on Joe Burrow, at least I'm pretty sure, someone can confirm, I believe it's on his left foot, which will be helpful because mine was my right foot and I lost so much power out of my right toe because so much of it turns. Okay, so much of your power starts from the toe, generates up to the body, through the legs, through the hips and all that. And I had to play with a metal shank in my shoe or in my cleat for the rest of my playing days. And I lost explosion, didn't have the same athleticism, didn't have the same burst, none of that, okay? At least it's in Joe Burrow's left foot, which is more of his plant foot, not his power foot. But he's not coming back this year, okay? Like that, it's not happening. I would definitely be willing to put coin on the fact that he's not going to play football again this year. But can they get Jake Browning? Can he do it? I think he can. I truly think that Jake Browning can win them enough games to get them to a wild card spot. I do. I also will say he's got to slow down on the interceptions, but I want to keep everything in context too, because although Jake Browning throws interceptions, Joe Burrow doesn't really throw interceptions, but he does take more sacks. And as we know, according to statistics and science, sacks do kill drives. And maybe this is a good number, maybe it's not, but I believe the number was 7% of drives that have a sack on a drive end up scoring touchdowns. Or maybe it's points in general. Don't fact check me, or don't quote me, but fact check me later. I don't think that all interceptions are made the same. I think that Jake Browning's willingness to rip it downfield actually won them that game. And I think some of them were just arm punts. So don't just read the stat box when you're watching Jake Browning. Read the opportunities that he gives his players to make plays and read how quick he gets the ball out of his hands with a bad O-line. I just think that it might average out that Jake Browning's just going to be willing to sling it, and he might have a 30 for 30 Jameis Winston year. And the Bengals could sneak into the playoffs in the wild card. I don't think they're going to be better than the Ravens. I don't think they're going to win the division. The Bengals could be a wild card team with Jake Browning. And then we're going to really have to bring up real questions about quarterbacks in the upper echelon making $55 million a year and backups that are, I think Jake Browning might be making $1 million a year this year at this point. But the amount of money we spend on quarterbacks in the NFL versus the amount of production you get, there's only a handful of guys, in my opinion, that are worth like that 55, 60 a year. And then outside of that, I think some guys need more help around them to operate, or some guys might have more injury stuff. Like, I just don't think all quarterback contracts are made equal. And that's just something that you guys maybe can think about as we're going through this season and going through the offseason and signing guys. I see questions asking, who are those guys? Like for me, I look at Lamar Jackson. I look at Josh Allen. Those guys are worth it. Like, those guys are worth it. They don't need as much around them to go well to make plays that others can. They still need guys around them. Lamar still needs receivers and running backs. Like, not saying they don't need them, but some guys can overcompensate more than others. I don't think Joe Burrow is one of those guys that can like play for the Carolina Panthers and win them 10 games. I don't think he could do that. I think Lamar might be able to. I think Josh Allen might be able to. I want to use the Carolina Panthers as my marker for, could this guy do that? That's my theoretical. Joe Burrow has missed 3 years now due to injury out of his 6, still getting the bag, still like affecting the cap and whatnot. And this is not a Joe Burrow slander. Like, I love watching Joe Burrow play when he's playing. But you see guys like Tom Brady who continually took pay cuts throughout their career to get the guys around them because they knew they needed more guys around him. I think that teams need to maybe take that into consideration a little bit. But yeah, I look at Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert's worth every dollar. I think you can overcompensate with Justin Herbert for having a lack of talent. Now he's got guys around him. They're looking good. I think Jalen Hurts is a weird one. Jalen Hurts has a lot of talent around him, but I also think he makes guys around him better. I think Patrick Mahomes makes bad players around him better. I look at a guy like Matthew Stafford even. I think Stafford and Burrow are more in the same realm with the lack of athleticism that the upper echelon guys have. That, like, if Stafford didn't have ballers at receiver, like, you can only arm angle your way into everything so often. You got to be able to move in the modern day. I think Jaden Daniels is one of those guys that's great and worth it. I think that, yeah, I think there's a lot of guys. We'll get into our quarterback rankings later, but that's kind of how I look at the Bengals situation. That's how I look at quarterbacks across the board. And I think that's the way the NFL is going. But hey, we'll look back at this 10 years from now, and, you know, that's what we'll be at. All right. Same with Jared Goff. We'll talk about him later. All right, let's get into Mac Jones. Now, I really liked this story because Mac Jones is a guy who I think can operate an offense. The 49ers are known for getting guys in when an injury happens to operate an offense. What a great fit. And Mac Jones goes in New Orleans against the Saints, who, again, they don't have a great team, but New Orleans is a hard place to play. And I think that in general, I really do like the fact that their offense was able to operate without Kittle, without Brock Purdy, and it looked a little different. They called some plays that were a little bit more to Mac Jones' strength, kept him in the pocket a little bit more. I will say that CMC only getting 19 touches with a backup quarterback, pretty impressive. They were able to win the game without CMC having a 30-touch game. I also think they know that they're going to need CMC throughout the duration of the season if they want to go to the playoffs. And so they got to do some damage control there. But it was a decent game to watch, and both guys made plays. I'll also say Kellen Moore brought the best out of Spencer Rattler against a really good defense. Like, that Niners defense is no joke. And Spencer Rattler made plays, pretty good stat line. Like, they just couldn't stop the Niners from scoring 4 or 5 times. So pretty impressive for Spencer Rattler. Also, again, the Saints, when you look at the roster, kind of at a tough spot is what it is. But I did like that. I liked what I saw to Mac Jones. Pretty happy for guys like him to get other chances. And yeah, chat, Fred Warner, pretty decent at football. But let's get into it. The moment we've all been waiting for. We've got to talk about my quarterback rankings, and I'm going to call these my week 2 quarterback rankings, which will be more power ranking based. Okay. Now I'm going to control the little thing here. This was the list that I gave to producer Roddy prior to the show, and I want to talk things through. I love Lamar Jackson as my number 1. I think Lamar Jackson is the best player in football. I think that by the time it's all said and done, when Lamar Jackson wins ultimately 2 Super Bowls in his career, which I believe he will, Lamar Jackson will no longer be the playoff choker. He will be the guy who got it done, and it just took him a little bit longer to get there, maybe like a Peyton Manning. And then you look at him entirely different. As soon as you get one, that like stigma is off, okay? I think the Ravens defense is going to be at a point where they're going to help them get to a Super Bowl this year. I'm putting my prediction on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year. That's where I'm putting it. Putting it on the Ravens. I think Lamar gets his first one, okay? And I like him as the best quarterback in the league. I also like Josh Allen. If he's your flavor, damn it, I need to take a drink. You guys are right. Is what it is. If Josh Allen is your flavor of quarterback, so be it. I can't even argue against you because I think Josh Allen has a different tool set than Lamar, and they both play the game differently. But I think Lamar has a little bit more upside. I still think that Josh Allen, probably second best player in the league, in my opinion. I'm very quarterback friendly. Now let's talk about number 3. And now I know that everyone's going to talk about Mahomes, the Super Bowls, all this and that. If I'm building a team from scratch, day 1, I actually prefer Justin Herbert's skill set over Mahomes. I think he has a slightly better arm. I know that Mahomes has all the arm angles and all that and some scramble abilities, but I think that Justin Herbert is built. I think he is built to last. I think that he is the prototype that you'd hope to make in a lab, similar to Josh Allen. And I think that if you put Justin Herbert in Patrick Mahomes' situation early in his career, I think Justin Herbert might have, see, chat's going crazy. I think that Justin Herbert might already have a Super Bowl or 2. I'm not even going to lie. I think that Justin Herbert He wasn't in the same situation for the early part of the career that Mahomes is in, okay? And now that we see the roster taking a step back for the Chiefs, it's a little bit uncomfortable. League's catching up a little bit. We're seeing the Chiefs falter a little bit. And this is nothing against Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is not a superhero. I think the two guys in the top tier, Lamar and Josh Allen, they're in a tier of their own, in my opinion. And then in this next tier, it's going to be Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. And then after that, we're going to drop down. I think that Jalen Hurts is not in that same tier, but I think that Jalen Hurts is in this tier 3 more so, where you have Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels, a Baker Mayfield, who I think is playing lights out right now. These 4 guys, I think, these 4 guys right here, they get it done in different ways. And yes, do they need guys around them? Of course, like most quarterbacks. But I'm impressed with these 4 guys in different ways. And I know that Jaden Daniels, again, they lost a bad game, whatever. I don't love the offense that Jaden Daniels is in. I'm not necessarily a fan of the air raid system. I think if you take Jaden Daniels' skill set and plop him into some other situations, again, this is very situational based. I'm talking if I'm doing fantasy, franchise draft from just ground zero, what do these guys bring to the table? Who can win games and who can do what? I like these guys a ton. Okay. Also, I will say Joe Burrow is not on this list because he's injured. We're not talking about injured quarterbacks right now. And then now we look at two other guys that are on the top 10 for me. Give me Dak Prescott and give me Jordan Love. Jordan Love, I don't care what anybody says. His year last year was bad statistically because of how many drop passes they had, like number 1 or number 2 in the league in drop passes. Dak Prescott. I also think Dak Prescott, if you swapped situations, I think Dak Prescott, again, I think he's kind of balling right now anyways, but I think Dak Prescott could be a top 9, 8, 7 quarterback given things were slightly different. I do think he's got studs now at receiver. I think over the course of the season, we're going to see Dak Prescott climb. We need their defense to get some stops, but he put up 41 points, like as a team, as a unit. And a lot of that is with not a great run game. Like they're not just, again, all this is very situational. You look at the Packers, maybe I probably dock a few points here, and I think Jordan Love slides to 9 because they've got such a good run game, and they've been able to lean on Josh Jacobs. They have decent play action game, and their defense is playing solid. So like all of this it's a very fluid list, very fluid. But when I talk quarterbacks, I try to take as much into account as possible, as much in their situations as possible. What's their skill set? Try to put them in a vacuum as best as I can, but yeah, this is where I'm looking at it. I don't know, man. I just look at these guys and I don't care about their accolades from before. I don't care about any of that stuff. Who are they today and what do they look like? If we're talking about all-time greats list and all-time whatever, Mahomes is obviously going to be at the top because he's won a few Super Bowls and he's made plays in those Super Bowls. I'm seeing chat, where's Burrow? Burrow's right here. He's right here on injury reserve, just right here. But today, going into week 3, this is kind of how I rank these guys given their situations and all of their things that they have going for them. So feel free to disagree, whatever. Also, just massive shout out to Baker Mayfield for just being an absolute dog and being willing to put the team on his back. Really love that. Let's also stash his fire. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Did shave a couple days ago. I can't grow a full beard, so why try? You know what I mean? All right. I do want to, before we go into the next section, though, I do want to talk about some of these quarterbacks. Let's see who we got here. Joe Flacco, elite. Bo Nix has been disappointing this year. I'm not going to lie. Bo Nix has disappointed me in the first 2 weeks, but I think he could climb back. I think CJ Stroud has so much talent. I think his situation is tough, and I think his offensive line is really tough. Don't love his situation, but I think he could be one of the better players in the league. They just need to build a little bit more around him. Daniel Jones deserves some respect. Been playing flawless, near flawless. Trevor Lawrence has talent, does weird things. Most of the time his team has a chance. He's not top 10 for me. Let's see who else we got. Mac Jones. Love what I saw out of him. Geno Smith. I don't know where I put Geno Smith on the list. I don't know where I put him on the list. Who else we got? Michael Penix Jr., if they had allowed him to throw the football, could see him like creeping into the top 10 at some point this year, but they need to let him throw the football and get the guy out of pistol. What else do we got? Brock Purdy injured. Can't talk about him right now. Yeah, I think, and Aaron Rodgers. Love what I'm seeing out of Aaron Rodgers. They were very close in that game. It got out of hand late. Interception on what should have been a touchdown completely changed that game. And then right after that, having a fumbled kickoff, like the Steelers complete self-destruct. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think for where we are in this season right now, I like where my rankings are. The only thing that I might change is maybe Jalen Hurts a little bit. I love what I'm seeing out of Baker. Maybe Jaden Daniels a little bit lower because we haven't seen enough, but I don't know. I think this is safe. Matthew Stafford, guys. If you guys just want to watch really good quarterback play, Matthew Stafford's film, which we can dive into soon. We will be diving into film really soon, by the way. We'll just pull that back up. But also, I know I'm seeing things about Jared Goff. I'm gonna be very honest, guys. I just don't love Jared Goff. I think he's fine. I think he's a top 15 quarterback in the league. I think if you put Jared Goff on the Carolina Panthers, he might never throw a touchdown again. Ifs, or if we're playing the big ifs game, whatever, like, and it's nothing against Jared Goff. I said it the other day. He's a good 7-on-7 quarterback. I think he's good from a clean pocket. If you move him off the spot, I mean, I will also say the Lions do have one of the best offensive rosters in the NFL. I'm not salty. There's no salt on me right now. These are the thoughts in my mind, and I'm sharing them. I think Jared Goff's probably a great guy. Probably a great guy to play golf with, maybe a great guy to hang out with at a barbecue. I don't love that style of quarterback play. You've got Gibbs, Montgomery, Laporta, Amon-Ra, J-Mo. Best offensive line in the NFL, if not top 3. I don't know. All right, let's get it. Let's go into the next one, okay? Let's go to the next one. We're going to do the last one, power rankings. I'm going to not touch the screen, and we're going to let Roddy go crazy. We're going to let Roddy go crazy with power rankings. And this was kind of hard for me. Okay? And I think that right now the Bills are the top dogs. I think the Ravens are number 2, even though they have 1 L. It's against the Bills, and I think they still should have won that game. Shout out to Roddy for getting us right. I think the Eagles, you still have to put it 3, but actually I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right here. I'm putting the Packers at 3. Earlier in the day when I made this list, I had the Eagles at 3 because of what they've done last year. They don't look like the top team in the league to me. They don't. I think they're 4. And I think that they play up and down to their opponents. But I do think that the Eagles played against the Packers, played against the Ravens, played against the Bills. They'd show up. I want to give a shout out to the Chargers, who have just been handling business. Love what they're doing. Love their operation. Really love Herbert. I want to give a shout out to the Buccaneers because the Bucs are willing to go the distance. I trust a team led by Baker Mayfield. I trust the receivers to make plays, and they've got a good offensive scheme. Like they were dialing it up. Some of their plays, which we can get into again if we got enough time for all the film you guys might request. Love that. I think the Lions got embarrassed by the Packers. If they played them today, the game would probably be slightly different. It kind of got out of hand. They'd probably have a different game plan this week. Like, it's all situational. Give me the Colts Colts are handling business. I think I'm going to put the Colts underneath the Rams, though, because I think the Colts, you know what? Yeah, that's where I want them. The Colts should have lost last week, but they are still playing good football. They got bailed out. I'm not gonna lie. They got bailed out. They got bailed out by the leverage call. And then the Cardinals, I was going to put the 49ers here, but I like the Cardinals. The Cardinals, up until like letting weird stuff happen at the end of the game, had that game in the bag against the Panthers. I know the Panthers are bad. I know the Saints are bad, but the Cardinals are playing good football, like relatively. And their defense, I like the Cardinals defense. Like, I really do like the Cardinals defense. And if we're looking at this top 10, like, we've got other teams down here. I hated to see the Steelers like blow that ugly win against the Seahawks. Like, the game wasn't as the scoreboard indicated. I think the 49ers, we got to see a little bit more out of Mac Jones to see where they're going to be. Maybe they creep up and they have a good enough team to overcome. I think that the Cowboys arguably could be somewhere over here, given that the loss to the Eagles was just CeeDee Lamb dropped some footballs. I think Jets, bad. Bengals, 2-0, but we got to see what Browning can do. Chiefs, ugly football. Saints, ugly football. Jaguars play up and down. Bears, sorry, just couldn't get that one out. The Vikings, we don't know what that's going to look like with JJ McCarthy out, but it's probably honestly going to be a little bit better. We get Carson Wentz. Is that a fact? Is Carson Wentz their backup quarterback still? Did we get Carson Wentz for a couple weeks? Oh my gosh, the year is 2025.
We do get Carson Wentz for a couple weeks. Go Birds.
Jeez, guys, for those of you who don't know, producer Roddy is an Eagles fan, so there we are. Yeah, I think in general this is about as accurate as it gets. I will say, I know the Giants are 0-2. Watch out for the Giants to upset the Chiefs this week. You heard it right here first. Giants defensive line might be the best defensive line in the league, and they are going to give the Chiefs problems. But we know the Chiefs are better in situational football. That's where we're at. Week 2, early in the season. Remember last year when we had the Saints, top 5 team in the league, scoring 90 points? A lot of things change fast, but we've got to get to our next spot, guys. Got to get to our next spot. And without further ado, okay? Without further ado, let me scroll to my little notes here. My little notes. All right. We've got to talk about what we got. Madden NFL 26 player ratings. Let's see what we're cooking here. Arizona, what? Arizona over ATL is crazy. I mean, come on now. All right. 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right, let's see it. Ooh, we've got a nice little segment here. Hold on. All right. Chat. Let's get chat real quick rolling. 49ers third in their own division. That's facts. All right, chat. We got a new segment. We're going to talk about some players, okay? We're going to scroll through and we're going to see some players that have had some performances that need a little Madden update. What do you guys think? And you guys can chime in and maybe help me find some guys that you think are playing up from where their current ratings are. We're going to scroll down the list from 90. Let's focus on some guys that are like, let's focus on some guys in like the lower 90s. Because I want to talk about guys that could get bumped that could actually help us out. Let's check it. Let's check it out. I'm seeing Justin Herbert. Can we get an upgrade on Justin Herbert? Let's go by position, actually. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, we can't. Oh, maybe we can. Yep, we can go by position. All right. Wide receiver. Let's go back to this. Sorry. We're going to do this in real time. 70. Oh, wait. Let's get this right. We're going to there's going to be a clip. These are some players that need updates in Madden's ratings after 2 weeks of the NFL season. There's a little intro for the clip, guys. Do it live. All right. Let's go to position. We'll start with quarterbacks. Let's find some quarterbacks. We'll make a little list here. I'm assuming producer Roddy's going to be taking inventory here. All right. Mahomes, fine. Stafford, 89. Justin Herbert. Is that looks like he went up 2 here. I got to zoom out. Justin Herbert, 80. I think in my mind, Justin Herbert's a 92. I don't know what we got to do to make him a 92. I don't know the ifs, ands, or buts that go along with this, but Justin Herbert, in my mind, is a 92 overall quarterback. That's just what I'm going to say. I think he's a 92 overall quarterback. I think that Jordan Love could use a little bumpy bump, maybe a little 80, 85, 86. Let's see, Kyler Murray is 79. I like Kyler Murray to be an 80, but we're going to throw some things out there. We'll see. Seeing people, we are not going to be focusing on lowering players in this segment. I promise. I don't want that to be my reputation. Cam Ward, hey, we've seen the film on Cam Ward. Cam Ward's balling. Also, Russell Wilson, viable. He probably needs a little bumpy bump. Yeah, we've got plenty. I think the number one glaring one to me though is Justin Herbert being an 88 feels like it feels wrong. Currently, it just feels a little wrong. But hey, I'm not calling anybody out. No call outs, just trying to get it right. All right. Now let's go position by position. Maybe not all the positions, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's go to wide receivers, because there's been some wide receivers that are balling, that's for sure. Puka Nacua, baller. Smith and Jigba, by the way, I think 87's like, that's pretty good for a receiver in Madden. Smith and Jigba's been balling, like absolutely balling. Malik Neighbors, 87, no sir. Malik Neighbors is got to be a 90 of some sort, like without a doubt. Malik Neighbors got to be a 90. Malik Neighbors, in my humblest of opinions, you could argue that he's the third best receiver in the league already. You could argue. Well, I made the same argument for Jamar Chase. I have it timestamped back in 2020 or 2021. How was he not a 95 plus overall at that point? No, he's a 99, so that's cool. But Malik Neighbors, definitely better than an 87, like without a doubt. Let's see here. And I don't want to be like change everybody's thing, so I'm gonna just be real picky about it. Michael Pittman Jr.'s had a nice start to the season. I could see him bumping up a little bit. Like 82 feels slightly low to me there. Who else do we got? Who else? Keenan Allen. I think they're working against Father Time there. Where's Roma Dunze? Please, where's Roma Dunze? Ricky Purcell has been balling. Quentin Johnston. Quentin deep ball, Randy Moss in the flesh Johnston. Been balling. Keon Coleman's been playing a little bit better. Wandale. Dog. We saw 79 for Rome. Did we say Roma Dunze 79? Like, I think he'd be slightly better than that. I know we got some Bears homers in the chat. I think that's pretty good for the receivers. We took some notes there, I believe. Roddy did. Let's see who else. Troy Franklin, also a baller. Amika, where's Amika? Where's Igbuka over here? Where is Amika? Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Is he on page 2? Or did I miss him? 86? Did I miss that? Yeah, there we go. Oh, he goes by Mika in this game. Oh, well, that's why I missed him. Did I? 76. Oh, no. Mika. There we go. He could probably use a little bumper dooski. All right, last but not least, because we're an offensive program here. Give me by position. Let's go tight end and we'll go tight end first. We're going to do tight ends and we're going to do running backs. First things first, if you want to just talk ball here, if you just want to talk strictly ball, this is my number one biggest issue in this game right now. Where's my guy? You serious? Tucker, George Kittle reincarnated Kraft, 79 overall? This is assault, brother. This is assault. Assault. At least an 88. And I don't even want to hear, and I know you guys are probably watching right now, I don't even want to hear that we can only bump guys up so much, because you know what? Watch this. Because you gave me this jacket that says that I can adjust ratings. And so by the power invested in me as wearing the rating adjuster jacket, I, for one, expect Tucker Kraft to at least be an 88 overall by the next update. At least. You guys don't even know ball. You don't even know ball if you're saying that he's only had one good week. Don't even make me pull up Chat GPT. Hold on. Chat GPT. Why is Tucker Kraft a top 10? Is Tucker Kraft a top 5 tight end in the league? Prepare my argument for me. Prepare my argument. Hold on. Now, if you're looking at one Tucker Kraft, 8 catches on the season, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's go back to 2024. 50 catches, 707 yards with an average of 14.1, 7 touchdowns. You want to talk about a guy who just makes plays time and time again, down the field, short and underneath, making people miss, running people over, all of it? Give me Tucker Kraft to get a nice little fat bumper dooski in an overall. And it's got, I mean, his agility is way better than 76, than 82. Strength, way stronger than 76. We've got George Kittle at an 82. I mean, he looks a little more Georgia to me than that. I need to see, where is he? Tucker Kraft. Right now, he is currently tight end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Tucker Kraft is tight end 20 currently. And I believe that Tucker Kraft should be I like Tucker Kraft more than Mark Andrews. I like Tucker Kraft similarly to Njoku. I like Tucker Kraft better than Hawkinson. I do like Hawkinson. Nice guy. I think Tucker Kraft has more juice than Goddard. I think Laporta's a little bit low here, to be honest. I think Tucker Kraft is probably better than Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram probably a little bit too low, but also he's injury prone, so we don't really know a whole lot. He's got more juice than Fryer, Muth. I mean, my point is proven. However, let's move on. Let's go to running backs. Position. And then after this, for the last, oh my gosh, we're an hour and a half deep in the show, boys. We'll watch a little bit of film. We will watch a little bit of film. Okay. And then I got to get to bed because I've got a daughter that wakes up at the crack of dawn. All right. Let's go get into running back. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This has been one of the most fun streams. And you guys tell me, 7:30 Eastern, is that our new time on Tuesdays? Is 7:30 Eastern the best time? Before we go anywhere, we need to talk about it. What is the best time Tuesday nights for us to go live and talk some ball, have some guests, and do all this stuff? I really like the time. 6:30 Eastern was nice. I got to have dinner with the family. 7:30 is perfect. Yes, I'm 6:30 Central, gang. Central time zone. Wow, guys. I love you guys. The time's perfect. Like Sunday night prime time. And there's no look at this, man. Let's go. You know what? It's official. You guys have stamped it. We will be going live at 7:30 Eastern every single Tuesday, unless there's some other random stuff that pops up. But that's going to be our new official time. Look, I'm even updating it in my calendar right now. That's what I'm doing. Updating it in my calendar. Boop, 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 boop. Shout out to Roddy for always being available for quick, sudden changes. That also gives the EA team a little bit more time to send us over some assets and stuff. Boop. And here we go. All right. I'm missing Dancing with the Stars for this. Come on, man. Guys, if you're missing Dancing with the Stars and you're upset about it, I'm sorry, I won't start twerking on camera. I don't get paid enough for that. All right. Last but not least. Okay. This one jumps out to me. Hold on. There's a few things that jump out to me here. Saquon Barkley, fine. 99 overall? Yes. Cover athlete? Yes. One of the best running backs of all time? Probably, yes. Derrick Henry, 98. Fair. ish. I personally think Derrick Henry's more of a 96. I do. Jahmyr Gibbs, 95, that's probably fair. Christian McCaffrey, 94, because of injuries recently, probably fair. He was a 99 2 years ago. Bjan Robinson, 92, not fair. Not fair at all. Bjan Robinson's speed, in my opinion, is comparable with all of these guys. I think Bjan Robinson's probably faster than Derrick Henry. Strength, whatever. Agility, Bijan's agility is up here with these guys. Like Bijan's agility needs to be at least 90, 93, 94. Change of direction, we've seen it on display. He's higher than that. Bijan needs a bump. Bijan needs a bump. This is not right. Joe Mixon, just disregarding right now. Josh Jacobs feels relatively fair, but Josh Jacobs could be arguably where Bijan is a 92 if Bijan got bumped. I understand that we're going to probably make running backs a little bit more OP or whatever, but I think some of these running backs are worth it. Jonathan Taylor, 88. Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs to me are very similar players, and I think both of them deserve to be 91 at least. Kenneth Walker, pretty fair at 88. Has his good games, his bad games, but like I think he's really talented. Chuba Hubbard at an 85 is probably not fair. I think he's better than that. I think probably could use a little more juice there. 83 doesn't feel right. H-Han feels a little too low for me. He's more talented than that. Outside of that, guys, I think we're pretty much fine for now. Fine. Oh, Javonte Williams. Give our guy at least into the 80s. Give our guy into the 80s. Absolutely. Give him some juice. Jaylen Warren also been balling. Jaylen Warren had a great game last week, and it's been pretty solid for them for the past stretch when he's not splitting carries. Yeah, I think the glaring issues here in my rating adjuster jacket, give us Bijan to be at least a 94 and bump these things over here. And then Jonathan Taylor deserves to be a 90. That's what I like. And H-Han should be higher too. I know everybody loves Bucky Irving. I love Bucky Irving too, but 88, 89. But without further ado, we're going to swap the screen real quick. Please hold tight. I am going to boop, 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 boop. We're going to go here. Then we're going to go, actually, please hold. We're going to go here. Let me get into my film software. And we've got like 20 something minutes left. Okay. I lied. We got like 18, but let's go get into watching some film. What are some things from around the league that you guys would like to watch? Are we watching Disney? Maybe so. That's a handsome son of a bitch. Oh my God, I said that on stream. I'm just reading chat. Shouldn't have said it. Dock me a point. 1 point for the bad team. Poor Pittsburgh defense, Giants D-line. Angry runs. I'm trying to think of like, what are some things that I saw from the week that were like, wow. Tucker Craft. You guys want to, okay, let's go. I'm going to show you how awesome, this is not promo for this software. This is the software that I use. Oh, eep. All right. What do we want to look up? Let's go craft. Let's go look up some of the guys that, okay, here's a great point. Let's go look at some of the guys, hold on, that we talked about and why I believe they need to have higher ratings. See this little tie-in here? This is a great segment. Just right here. Play result. No receiving. Let's go receptions. Actually, let's go targets. We'll go all Tucker Craft targets. This is so simple. Like I love this so much because it makes it easy for me to do this for you guys. All right. Let's talk about it. Tucker Craft right here. Oregon. Little check release. Look at the burst, the shred, the extra yards after contact. I love it. We know Kraft went off to the Giants. We got to watch how and why. He got it done on a little chip check down. Here's another chip. Oh, there he is over there. Wrong guy. Let's look at this. Awareness. Can we talk about an awareness boost? Tucker Kraft right here. A little switch release. Wiggle in the zone. Slow it down. Easy peasy. Run after the catch. Finish. I love it. I love it. I love watching film, guys. I love watching film. I love watching film with you guys. I love being able to talk about it. Play action. Look at, oh, there's a target. Wasn't open. It's fine. A lot of chip release checkdowns to Tucker Kraft, which I like seeing because that means in the reception game and the prediction stuff can count on it. Look, this is what I'm talking about. This is like talking about chipping a wide DN on a release to getting a check down that should probably get no yards. Catch it in the flat. Okay. Catch it in the flat. How many guys right here, especially tight ends, how many are tackled right there? Shoot, don't matter, little boy. Yeah. I mean, the finish, come on. That's fire. I want to watch it from this view. This is who Tucker Kraft is, and this is why Jordan Love can go and throw a check down to him that otherwise would only get 2 to 3 yards. This is a high 80s overall tight end if you're looking at it. For Madden terms, little boy, get the finish, looking for contact. Come on now. Come on now. I like it. I like it a lot. We're almost out of the Tucker Kraft film. Don't worry, guys. We'll move on to the next one. Let's go look at the Cowboys after this. Actually, I want to specifically look at George Pickens, a guy who I loved. Little seam, settle it down, be friendly for the quarterback, then get vertical. Nice job getting back on track. Again, situationally, I don't know what down and distance we were just in. We'll be able to see in a second. At least we should be. Looks like they got backed up. First in forever. First and 25, it seems. And you can throw a nice little set down. He's going to get some extra yards. Like, just situationally aware. Like, this looks very much like Travis Kelce. Like, Tucker Kraft looks like Travis Kelce to me right now. How he's settling in zones, being friendly to the quarterback. Falls down, gets back up. Like, hold on now. Like, watch this rep from Tucker Kraft. I'm so glad you guys are liking the breakdowns, man. This is my favorite. Honestly, this is my favorite part of what I do. Just get to sit, watch ball, and talk to people. Are you kidding me? It's awesome. Jordan Love, good pocket. Look at them bouncing around. Gets to the second play on the scramble. Ball's out. Tucker Kraft fell on the ground, got back up. Bam. Nice. Love that. Absolutely love that. And then here, we'll end it on this one, then we'll go to Pickens. We'll watch Pickens, and then we'll go to Neighbors. Play action boot, friendly angle to the quarterback, nice and easy, Lambo, leap ski. I think that's it for Tucker Kraft. All right. But like, just, you can see he gets it done in a million different ways. He's savvy. He understands space. He can separate, run after the catch. Like, what? There's not a thing that he can't do. The only thing that he's not is he's not a burner. But like, how many tight ends are actually burners? Like, you just have to have enough speed. All right, let's go Pickens. George Pickens. I'm really interested in seeing Pickens' film and how he was being used in these targets. Play results. No. Receiving, sorry. Nope. Passing, nope. Receiving, here we go. Jeez. Receiving. Pickens. Where is this? Okay, target. There we go. A little rusty in the film department. All right, let's see it. So, game is 6-0 right now. Giants have the lead. George Pickens going to get one-on-one down here. No safety help. One high shell. Guys playing outside leverage man from what it looks like. If it's not outside leverage man, then it's outside leverage cover 3, and he's going to be bumping. Looks like it's going to be man. Pickens eats up the outside leverage, which is tough to do. Stacks and saves space. And Dak underthrows him by probably 5 yards. And allows the safety to get involved in this play. Pickens had great pace, great patience. Like, this ball should be back here. I will say also, Pickens probably should have fought through contact there and drew the flag. That's what I would have said. Let's see. 0 for 1. All right, we got Pickens down here. Press man. No safety help. Motion there and back. Nobody goes with him. Looks like we're going to get some zone. Maybe. Slant. Separates. This is good, man. Look at how he runs this route. Just going to get off and outside leverage. What kind of off? Like not press, but not off. Sticky outside leverage. Going to get contact, save space. Flatten his route. Be friendly to the quarterback. Strong hands. Hands catch. Nice job. A lot of talking. All right. Doesn't even give him a chance. That's on Dak. Saw the guy outside leverage and off. Should have been ready for the back shoulder, which Pickens looked like he was ready for, but Dak just kind of throws it away. I think Dak's going to get better. Oh my gosh, Dak. Oh, Dak, you got to be better. Right here, you see eyes off, square stance, not attached, really? Can't pull that cord. That should be picked. Progress. Either they have a China there, which they don't. You got to progress back to this part of the field or get into scramble drill. Because that is a recipe for disaster. Looks like it took Dak some time to get dialed into this game. But that's okay, because here we are. Going to get a, let's go 4 down front, mug backer on the tight end. Man looking. Probably going to get some sort of 2-man. Do you see this guy now? He's playing inside leverage. Expecting like we're either going to get 2-man or we're going to get a robber. It's more 2-man-ish. But he's not flying out of there because he doesn't have a vertical outside release. And so there's no threat to the corner. But he beats the leverage, gets the catch. Nice first down. Really nice first down. All right. Pickens, though, how's he getting targeted? One-on-one routes, slants, stops, some go balls. Nice job by Pickens. Where's Pickens at? Up here? This is what I'm talking about. All right. One-on-one. Slight, you can probably tell, slight inside leverage. Again, they're not pressing Pickens. They're letting the cushion be eaten up and then going, because pressing Pickens is an issue. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to let him stack you early and just have an over-the-top ball. But no safety help down here. Low red. Let's see what they cook with. Out route. Money out route. Nice late hands. I want to watch this from the other view. This is the stuff that I love about Pickens, man. People call him nonchalant. I actually think he's just really patient. I do think he has some nonchalantness to his game, but I think it's more patience and trusting his ability than anything. Late hands. Didn't show it early because the DB's eyes weren't on the quarterback. That's money. That looked like Davante Adams. Seen that plenty of times from Davante Adams. All right, now here we are. Where are we at? What the heck was this? I don't know. I believe this is now when we're in overtime at this point. I believe, but don't quote me. This is the film software that I use, pro.nfl.com. Again, thank you so much to EA for putting this on. Like, the fact that we get to sit here, talk ball, teach, learn, all that stuff, bring Madden football into real football, ratings going back and forth. Like, I love this so much, and I'm really thankful EA wanted to make this come to life. All right, let's see it. Dude in his, this was sick, by the way. All right, when we talk about quarterbacks, we talk about pulling the cord and when do they pull the cord, okay? When he pats the ball is when it's time. Right there. That's when he's made his decision. Do you see who is where when he makes this decision. One, he's got a guy in his face. Two, he's got a guy trailing on CD, but that's color in front of color that he's going to be throwing this crosser to Pickens. Look at this ball and where people are, like in context of having to make this decision while about to get smacked. Like this end zone view of this is going to be crazy. Crazy. I can't wait to see this. Watch this play from Dak Prescott. And I believe this is the play that won them the game or close to it in overtime. This is really sick though. Like Dak Prescott right here, the more that he gets into this world, the more that Pickens comes alive, CD comes alive, Dallas becomes a true like force. Play action, slides to the softer part of the pocket, knows he's got pressure, so he took 2 more on his drop. I don't want to get too technical here, but the play action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slinger animated. I mean, come on, bro. That was a $55 million a year throw. That's incredible. Incredible. I mean, that is Dak Prescott. Good ball right there. All right, what time is it? We got time for one more. I think we got time for one more. I'm hoping you guys are loving the film breakdowns again. Please, I know a lot of you guys are on Twitch right now. These long form videos of these get edited and broken down into YouTube. None of these are going to be, I probably won't have any videos going live this week from it. I've had a crazy week with travel, but next week we'll have film breakdowns going back on YouTube. You can see some of the ones that I've done before. Obviously, there's a bunch of different ways to support me. You guys just being here is awesome. Thank you for that. If you're looking for products to learn and dive in more, this book is my book, Think Like a Quarterback, which is pretty sick. Basically, I built the foundation of this book as if you don't know anything about the NFL. Let me go and show you what this looks like real quick. So, boop, boop, boop. All right. So start from the very beginning. Because we have a lot of foreign listeners that are learning football for the first time. So we break it down: playoffs, Super Bowl, how it all works, moving the ball, challenges, reviews, everything all in the beginning. That's like the basics. So there's a starting point. Then we get into different defensive types, linebackers, DBs, all of that. Hold on, it gets good. One of my favorite parts is the foundation of like understanding defenses with strengths and weaknesses. So 2-man, what is 2-man? What are the keys to it? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses for everything? 2-man, cover 0 blitz, cover 3, cover 4, all of it. Like, if you want to just understand football English, this is the book for you. Also, thank you guys so much for the donations, the subscriptions, all that stuff. It means a ton to me. This book is on thedimelab.com. It's my website. It's my company. We have footballs all over the place, all over the world, actually going into retail in the next like 2 weeks. We're waiting for our retail boxes to come in. This football just went live today. This is our Dime Lab water football. That is the teal version. Never been sold before, which honestly, this might be one of my favorites so far. And this technology that we used, it's like a woven microfiber that gets the perfect weight when it's wet. So when it's in the ocean, it is like the right weight and it spins and it doesn't tail out. Then we put little little silicone strips where all your finger placements go. Tops or bottoms, depending on how big or small your hands are, and right or lefty. So we actually are patent pending on this football, which is so sick. And we've had a lot of those all around the world. But the last thing I want to say about the book is one of the big things I would say with both Madden and real football is when you're watching and understand like how to read things or how to like, what are you looking for in any given play? I think it'll actually let you like enjoy watching football on Sundays more. I enjoy football as a fan more now after like getting into an NFL mindset than I did when I was playing college, because I learned a ton about how to play the game like structurally as a quarterback, situational football, reads, progressions, like do I need to take the check down? Do I not? And I talk about that a lot in this book, and we go through let me find the right page for this. There's a lot of pages in this book, but like simple things like this. Also, you guys are rolling. I hear all the alerts and everything. Thank you so much. Like this. Great example, drop back. Like, how do you read this play out? Like, you go flat to corner to basic to backside China. That's a little release and then drag. Like, How do you read plays? Well, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an alert versus certain coverages. Some plays are designed split the field in half. If it's 1 high, you go this way. If it's 2 high, you go that way. And so just, I don't know, understanding some of like, you don't need to know all the details, but knowing why those things happen can let you watch the game on Sundays, or even let you watch film like we're going to go back to doing now, from a different lens of like, oh, like that's why they're doing that. Or, oh, like that coverage that I'm seeing in film right here. Let's go to the sideline view. This film. Okay, we got 4 down. We've got 1 high. Let's see. He motions down and he bumps down. Maybe we're going to get some zone here. Maybe. Is it going to be cover 3? Is it going to be cover 1 plug? Is it going to be 3 match? What are we working with here? 4-man rush. Oh my gosh, they're blitzing. They're playing, let's see. They're playing zone. Are they playing zone underneath? We keep the tight ends in. Sometimes when you blitz and play cover 3, you play cover 3B match and it plays out like man. Let's see. 5-man rush, tight end in, running back in. Chip release. He sees his guy start to block. He green dogs. Let's see, down here. These DBs are responsible for their guys, assuming that they're playing 3 match. They're going to be going across with them, not falling off. Okay, I've seen that before. That's like the 33B in Madden, right? Like we got, let's see if I can pull it up over here. So Madden 33B. 1 second. This is like a great way to see this. Like this. This is exactly it. Boop, 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 boop. Where are we? Almost there. All right. New tab. Bam. Like this. Similar. Like there's 2 guys underneath. There's 3 guys deep. But these guys, because people blitzed, they are going to match them and play them in man. Like this, all this stuff can start like tying together when you're playing Madden, watching on Sundays. Like it's, you can flip it sideways and think about it, but that's just how this stuff works. So yeah, that's why I love watching film. I love teaching through Madden because it is chat gas this. What did we get? What did Roddy post on Twitter? Also, guys, yeah, if you don't follow me on Twitter, definitely go through, show some love. Oh my gosh. Dude, that edit on the Tucker Craft is so quick. Guys, the premium gas, run. Let's get it. All right, let's do it. Last one. You guys are requesting. Let's go Bjan Robinson. We're already over time, but it is what it is. Let's go run some Bjan. Or Bjan. Let's go play results. Let's see, play result. I don't know if I can do all touches. I mean, I guess if he's on the field, he's probably touching the ball dang near. Dang, we did have Neighbors too. Hold on. Oh, I just skipped the cue. I don't want to do wrong by the Neighbors, guys. I don't want to do wrong by the Neighbors. Let's go real quick. Neighbors, receiving. Let's go receiving. Let's go only receptions though in Neighbors. You're right. I can't do it. We'll do Neighbors. Then we'll do Bjan. Let's have it now. Neighbors up here. Nice little easy completion. Move the sticks. So short right. Now let's go Neighbors. Get them out over here. Playing off coverage because they don't want to get beat deep. RPO. Completion. Nice job getting vertical. Where's he at? Right here. Got a little safety presence over here. Maybe, nope. He's creeping down in the box. You can see this rotation might start. We might get some cover 2 over here off the... Nope. They're going 1 high. Stupid. This is where I'm like, Cowboys defense, why did so many points get scored on them? Do you see how so many people are plus to that side of the field? I'm not going to lie to you. Right here, with him so far tucked in, I would not have been shocked to see a kick, invert cover 2. Him get deep, which maybe that's what they're, maybe disguise some of this, disguise some of that. But if I'm Russell Wilson and I see press man on Neighbors, no safety help, I don't care who this DB is. There's not a DB in the league that can hold him. Cash. Look at the release, though, at the line of scrimmage. Right here. And he's playing hard, heavy outside leverage. Boop, ba-doop. Oop, nope. Gave it up. Made it too easy for Russ. Too easy. All right. So we just beat him on a go ball. Now we're going to get back down here. We're going to hurry up. We're going to try to snap it. What does the safety do? Now he wants to jump the flat because they're in a hurry up. He thinks that we're going to take the easy flat. Nope. Neighbors find space. Nice. Just savvy, dude. Savvy. All right, now we're going to swap. We're going to get guys over. Man. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to go press, safety help, presumably pre-snap. We got trips to the right. Maybe a little baby triangle between these guys, but something alignment-wise feels off. See how there's a little bit of stagger here? Like a little bit. This guy's deeper. Would not be shocked to see him get out of there and play cover 2. Would not be shocked to see them go cover 6, which is cover 2 over here, quarters over here. Like their structure doesn't feel sound right now. Where I'm seeing space, potentially down the left sideline, potentially right here, and then down the middle of the field. That's like pre-snap what my mind's thinking. I don't know what play's called. Okay. Now we're cooked. So you got a guy that's going to bail out and go back. He's not going to lose ground. So now I'm actually thinking we're going to get some sort of quarters potentially. This is bad ball. This is quarters, but he's playing up. And look at Russ. Safety is hunting up number 3 over here. No awareness to Neighbors, but he's there as if he's giving presence, but he's not. He's going to run right by him. He's going to make a crazy acrobatic catch. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Malik Neighbors arguably could be the 3rd best receiver in the league. Arguably, you could say he's just as good as Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Like, you really could. Look at this catch, dude. And you're making it easy for Russ. Russ is going to move his eyes right, which is going to pull the safety to the 3 vertical. And then Neighbors just going to go completely up the seam. And Russ is actually even going to throw. He's going to miss this throw. Like Russell Wilson missed this throw. He missed this throw. This ball, because he's got heavy outside leverage, actually should be right here. That's where this ball should be. Look at this adjustment by Neighbors. Like, I know Russ threw for 450. If Neighbors wasn't on the field, that ball is not caught and adjusted to and held on to by many other people in the league. Just facts. Just facts. All right, let's do it again. Let's see what's what. Neighbors, where are you? Down here or right here? Right here. Okay. Soft. Playing some quarters. Just too easy. Ball's out. Great timing by Russ. And great job of getting vertical and getting the first down. Like the yards after the catch matter there with Neighbors. Absolutely matter. All right. Neighbors up top. Again, quarter. Like, why? They're just stuck in quarters. And he is just going to throw a prayer. That's a better ball than the first one. Good ball. I mean, they're literally just buying time for probability plays on 50-50 balls with Neighbors downfield versus quarters. And look at this by Russ. Russ knows all the entire time. I'm Malik down there somewhere. Look at his eyes. He sees that he's winning, pulls his eyes back this way just to like navigate the pocket and throws a moon ball. He knows where he's going the whole time. Wobbly, wibbly wobbly moon ball, but a good spot. And Neighbors again, like just, I got you guys. The book, you guys can go to thedimelab.com. We have the physical copy of the book. We also have the digital copy to the book. It will set the foundation for you to understand everything that's happening on Sundays, things that are happening in Madden, all of it. But yes, you see like live by the moon ball, 50-50s, die by the moon ball. Okay, nice though. Come back to the field. Nice. Money. It's a really good operation though by Russ, like most of the game. time. Like, I also just think, like, dude, the only way to stop Neighbors from going crazy is to play Cloud to his side the whole game. You have to give him the Devontae Adams. You have to give him the Devontae Adams package. Oh, you're saying the ebook for Madden. Yeah, I do not have a Madden ebook. Just real football. I think that's the last catch for Neighbors. Like, at the end of the day, you've got to play Cloud the Neighbors side and just know that that's just gonna be what it is. Like, you're not gonna do anything other than that. All right, let's go grab this Bjan tape, then we're gonna wrap things up. I've got to get to bed. I'm getting old, guys. All right, on field, watch it all. See how Bjan gets it done, man. All right, short motion down. Little out route, nice and easy. Easy free 5. I don't know why the Falcons don't get him the ball in the pass game more. Like, he should have 8 targets a game, if not more. When will the Phantom Ball get restocked? Hopefully Friday. The black Phantom Ball that you guys saw Morgan Wallen throwing with in one of his Instagram pictures. Hold on, let me go grab this. That ball will be back in stock on Friday. And we only have this round, a couple thousand of them, so they'll probably go pretty quick. I don't know if you guys saw this. Morgan Wallen. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, there we go. That is our football. The black Phantom football in his hands, slinging it. Pretty cool to see. I think he has a video of him slinging it around too somewhere. Let's see. Bam. Oh. I have to hold it or else it's going to go. Pretty sick, though. All right. Let's get into it. Bjan, check down. Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Just give him the ball in space. 3rd and forever. He actually almost gets it. The dime ball is going to take a little bit longer to get restocked. We're working on a new version of it with a little bit different stitching and a different way that we do the stripe. So we're working on that. Hopefully it'll be here the next probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but it is currently being made right now. Little check down. Is this, we're not doing just receptions, are we? On-field receiving. I don't think we're just doing that. Maybe we are. That was his only reception. All right, we actually got our filters all wrong here. Rushing. Let's go here. Here we go. Let's get into this. Let's go end zone for all these, though. Mr. Bjan. 5 up. Little cut. Cut and pin off the backside. Kind of hurts them here, though, actually. Look what this cut does for the backside. For him to be able to climb to 0. It actually, like, loses his ground, and then you got a free rusher. But Bjan. I mean, that's crazy, bro. Like, that is impressive. That is absolutely impressive. Yeah, like, there's no reason why he shouldn't get the ball 20, 25 times a game. Easy. Like, he needs to be in the Christian McCaffrey world. Look at this, man. Look at this. Like, the mix of burst and vision and patience all at the same time. Right here. Right, you got a 2-way go. But set it up. Guy in the hole. Get back on your route. Get vertical. And it's... Will the Phantom Ball be sold out after one day? I don't think so, but I cannot promise. But I don't think so. Should be all right. Like, those just are not... That's not it. Kurt just made me feel football smart for a few seconds. Let's go, man. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's see, this one was a no gain. Let's see why. Oh, well, there's not much. I mean, he definitely still made the first person in the whole miss. Like, this is the stuff, like, the Vikings, by the way, have a really good defense. They rally to the ball. They're normally pretty sound, and they were dealing with a few injuries. But you tell me, how many running backs in the league are not getting tackled by this first guy? Whoop. It's crazy, bro. I think in my opinion, I know that Saquon is really good. I know that Derrick Henry is really good. I think that Bjan and Gibbs arguably could be the best, either or best back in the league with Saquon. I don't think that Derrick Henry is the best back in the league. I think he's fourth. Some people might want to argue different. I think that Derrick Henry has a certain style that works when he's got a little bit of space, then he keeps rolling. But I think that these guys are more versatile and can get it done in other ways. I would put Derrick Henry at 4. If I'm ranking my running backs right now, no lie, off the dome. Bjan, Saquon, Gibbs, Henry. Can we get some Dime Lab t-shirts? We have not made any Dime Lab t-shirts yet. We have about 20, 25, I believe, Dime Lab classic hats left. We have been so heavy on getting our inventory right for our footballs that we actually have kind of let things slack. Dang, I forgot about Christian McCaffrey. I'll put Christian McCaffrey at 5 right after. I think I still got to take Derrick Henry over Christian McCaffrey, maybe. But the Dime Lab Classic hat, we only have like 20 or 25 of them left. Those will be restocked eventually. We have a couple let's see. I don't even know if we still have it on the website, to be honest. Let me go check real quick. I know you guys are trying to milk this claim time. Let's see, the Dime Lab shop merch. Nope, we just sold out of the 10 cents hat. Wow. That will not be coming back either. If you got it, you got it. Classic hat, we do have a handful of them left. Those will, when they sell out, we will be bringing them back. I do want to work on a t-shirt. We are working on some designs right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. We're a small operation. We do push a lot of footballs, but there's only a handful of us. And we are working our best to make sure that we have everything quality-wise perfect or damn near before we scale things. So, all right, let me get back to film. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. All right, let's see. Oh, the mouse is moving. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, and again, like if we have too much inventory, we got to deal with, storage and all that other stuff. I'm actually out of our HQ right now. I'll flip the camera before we leave and you can kind of see what's behind me. Look at this run. Bam. Like, how many guys find a way to get positive yards there? Like, it's not many that can. It's not many that can. What's my personal favorite football that we sell? I'm not gonna lie to you. This one, we just launched. We didn't really launch it. I didn't tell people about it. We're not doing a social media launch. There's a lot of people that probably don't even know that we have this ball on our website right now. This is our water football in teal. I think it's one of the prettiest footballs we have. But we only have so many stocks. I don't want to sell out too fast. But if you guys want it, here it is. Again, we are completely bootstrapped. All of the money that we have put into has come from me and my business partner. We have no investors, no nothing. We have a warehouse, a small team that does fulfillment here, everything in-house. But yes, we did not do a social media launch on this football because the last time that I talked about this football on my TikTok, we sold, I believe, 8,000 of them, and we only have 3,000 of this exact color. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of let them live on the website and do their thing. And if we have to restock, great. But we are in a massive, holding pattern right now in inventory, which has been really tough to keep up with because we don't have any investment. It's just us. So the money we make, reinvest back in inventory, kind of keep it flowing. We're getting into retail. We've had to kind of, like do the business thing. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of background on where we're at. But yeah, we have, if you go on the website to the water football, it is in a variant on the water football. We did not put it on a, let's see, like when you go to shop, go to footballs and go to water footballs. We haven't even updated the full picture yet. But if you go to, look at Roddy, dimelab.com. Oh, close. There we go. Great. Shop footballs. Scroll to water footballs. We actually have it as a variant here, right there, instead of its own like picture yet. Again, we kind of did a soft launch just for people that were asking, but I know some of you guys definitely will like it. I mean, I love it. But yeah, it's definitely, I think, one of the prettiest footballs that we have. That's actually me at the beach with it. But I will say the Phantom on the website, we have that restocking on Friday in a 9 and in a 6. We have the pink restocking on Friday in 9. We have the other ones of it now. And then we have, I believe we have more brown 9s coming on Friday. And then in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we have other footballs coming. We'll also say, haven't launched this yet or talked about this yet, but we have our first ever flag football set, league set coming in. It will come with 10 belts. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've never seen anybody make these style of belts, these style of flags. Like, once we do have it launched, it will be really cool. But the best quality that you'll have in flags, it comes with 10 belts, 20 flags, 10 flags for one team, 10 flags for the other. Obviously, everybody wears 2. So you can man your 5-man teams. If you have bigger leagues with bench stuff, bench situations and alternates, then you can get a 2-pack. But that's not launched yet. No pictures up yet. But I promise it will be the best quality flag set that you have. And we're pushing on that to go into retail as well once we launch. So you'll be able to get it in stores. But you can buy it straight from us. We do fulfill everything from in-house. Whether it goes to the stores or not, it comes to us. We handle it straight from our factory. Bam. But yeah, that's kind of the Dime Lab. And you can see the playbook over there at the bottom. We did just change kind of how we let people bundle this and stuff. And I will also say very transparently, we haven't announced this either because we're a small business. We're just ever changing. We lowered our prices on just about everything 2 days ago because we want to make things slightly more affordable for people. We want to be able to get more things into people's hands. And yeah, as you scale, obviously, like super small business, we can't compete with some of the bigger companies on pricing, but we're doing our very best to make sure that we are doing it as best as we can, honestly. And the more that we grow the company, the more that we can have our prices reflect, what growth looks like and whatnot. So yeah, we've done our best. And it's been really, really cool to see, like, these go all around the world. They're in over 80 countries now. The footballs, like, I believe we either have surpassed or are queued to surpass 50,000 total footballs ever across everything, both from our website and in retail. But yeah, no hands-free scrolling. Thank you, Roddy. You're the best. But yeah, dude, we've shipped to crazy places. Literally, guys, like, one of my favorite parts about this is seeing our footballs in North Korea, South Korea, Romania, Australia, seeing people in Indonesia throwing our water footballs on a surf break. I mean, like, our footballs are in more countries than I even know exist at this point, which is crazy. And it's all been bootstrapped from me and my business partner. And kind of cool story about, like, the company. I obviously played in the NFL, started doing media. Media has become my main thing. My business partner, he launched a company maybe 10 to 15 years ago in software and sold it in, like, the FEMA world and walked away from it. It was software, and, like, that was his thing, software, background software. He launched a company that was a product-based company like 2 years ago that kind of didn't really do a whole lot, but he was really, really diligent about how he did the sourcing and, like, all of that, setting up Shopify, setting up all the products and everything. And my side of the set was the ideas and social media and pushing and, like, storytelling and all of that. And so I had the idea for the football. We came together, worked on some samples of, like, maybe we could do this, maybe we couldn't, whatever. And we ended up with 2 prototypes after rounds of revisions that were like, holy crap, like, I think we can launch a company. And to not just be like, we didn't want to launch a product. Like, we were not going to do this to launch a product. If we had something, we were going to launch a company. And so here we are about a year and a half later, probably to this point. And it started with a garage operation and one small storage unit. And now we have a 3,000-ish square foot warehouse space that my set is also in. We run fulfillment out of here every single day. And we have probably 10 by maybe 20 by 40 in storage across the street. So like we've just grown so fast, and a lot of it's been for people like you that are interested and then buy it, like it, share it, throw it with other people. They like it. But it's been crazy, man. It's been so crazy. Question in the chat: will we make real leather footballs in the future? Yes, we will. We are, and yes, they do come in different sizes. Everything from size 5 all the way to size 9, depending on which color. Our pinks and our browns are the widest range of sizes. But yeah, our core sizes really are size 6 and size 9. Size 9 is high school / college. Size 6 is more like peewee and junior size. And then like 7 is more like women's high school flag football. 5 is like super peewee size. But yeah, we've got more colors coming. I'll just tell you right now, we've got an all orange football coming on October 3rd, which is launching the same day as Taylor Swift's album, which will be orange. Tell us that we both have wives that love pop culture. Yes, we do. And the color is sick. And there's a lot of sports teams that are orange as well, including my alma mater, University of Virginia, which will be sick. We plan on doing a bunch of different colors and core color schemes. And yeah, dude, it's been crazy. We will be making a real leather football in the future. We're trying to dial in and iron out our solution on V2 of our striped footballs that are striped, not just stitch striped and painted. And once we get that nailed in, which I believe as of 2 days ago, we have it nailed in. We're getting the orders in, building the color schemes and all of that from scratch. Then we're going to go and take a breather through Black Friday season, get as much inventory as we can, and then dive into what the leather world could possibly look like for the Dime Lab. So yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been life-changing. Really, really cool. I know I saw some Shark Tank suggestions and stuff. It would be really cool to go on Shark Tank. Maybe we will one day. Can't promise we'd ever take investment, but I think it'd be really cool to see what like the top dogs think about the company. But yeah, dude, this is the Dime Lab. But I don't want to distract us too. We'll end film now. Can throw down any other questions we have. I want to just give another shout out to EA for everything they do for us and pushing football forward, both in real life, both in the game, across the board, pop culture wise. Like, I don't know, man. I just really, really enjoy the intersection between football and gaming and teaching and entertainment. Like, it's crazy. And I think, yeah, like that is a really great point. Like a lot of influencer based companies are cash grabs. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Like you see it, like they'll try to do a drop, make their money and get out. Like it couldn't be if the people that know me knows I wouldn't do that. I can't do that. Like it's not me. And if I'm going to put my name on something, it's going to be stamped by like me approving it, me making it from scratch. And like straight up, like you should have seen the first prototype we got of this football. It's like nothing like this. We refine the materials, the spacing, the structure of how the tacks are. Like this is just one thing. Followed the patent process with it. Like it's been pretty crazy to see. But yeah, dude, it is sick. Well, we still get drops after. We will have drops mostly every stream that we do. I believe most people have gotten their drops. We've been live for 2.5 hours. It has been a very long show. It's been very good. We have we've just had a lot of cool stuff. We had Josh Johnson on. The interview from that's going to be incredible. I can't wait to see the clips from that. Got to do some cool teaching. The film, I love film. It's one of my favorite segments that we do. And yeah, man, we've got a lot more on the way. I'm sure that you guys can watch longer when we go live next time. Accumulate some more drops. I want to just say thank you guys so much for being here. Going to be probably taking the rest of the week pretty chill because I've had a bunch of travel. Be posting some stuff on Twitter, Instagram and whatnot. But yeah, we've got everything, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys know where to check things out, thedimelab.com. Shout out to EA. Thank you for making all this come to life. Make sure you guys support the clips when these go live. Help us push the algo a little bit. And yeah, man. All the commands on chat and everything too. You can add me as a friend on JuiceReel, adding all my friends to follow along adding everyone as a friend, whoever wants to follow along the predictions and stuff throughout the year. Also want to show some love to Sleeper, who has been awesome as a partner. And yeah, I'm very thankful for the people